All right, 3, 2, 1. We are here. Episode 1. Episode 1, brother.
Who would have thought?
Episode
Not me.
How long have we been talking about this? A podcast for adults. Mm-hmm. Now, people really want like a small breakdown. What is this podcast about? Our friends ask, like, you know, what are you going to tell people, like when it comes to this podcast? Like, what is it really?
What the hell are we tuning into?
Yeah, man. What it is, and I think we're on the same page about this. It's for adults. It's for young adults. It's for working men and women that, you know, and it's not for kids. Now, not to say that kids of a certain age, definitely 13 and up, like I know YouTube likes to consider children 13 and under, but like, listen, if you're 15, you're a kid. Like, let's just be honest. 13 and 15, I don't really see a difference, especially in your maturity. But that's just, it is what it is, man. I feel like it is very necessary that we have a podcast where we're not delivering the news per se, but we're just talking about what's what. A lot of gamers talk to their friends and just talk about what's what on just like a Joe Blow level. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we can get into the nitty gritty. Sometimes we can talk shit. You know, we're going to cuss, and it's probably, I don't know if it's going to be censored or not. I can't really tell you right now.
It's definitely not going to be censored, guys. Let me just tell you that right now. It's too much work for that shit. So,
but at the same time, we're not going to try and wow out. Yes. We're not going to try and, like, you know, in a sense of, like, you know, language and vocabulary, of course, right?
We'll tone it down.
We are sensible men, okay?
We'll tone it down.
But we're also gamers, right? We love the memes. And we love shitting on shit, especially shit that deserves to get shit on. And, you know, just talk about a range of things. What we talk about here is anime, video games, even movies. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about, you know, different, maybe dev teams, right? Yep. Dark Taco here, my brother, he likes to talk about some tech. Mm-hmm. He likes to get into the industry a bit. And me, I like to talk about the games. I'm all about the games. Okay, I'm not so good with the names of different producers and developers. Okay, but I appreciate everything that they put out. Right, all the games, and that's what I'm here. I'm a true gamer at heart. I just play video games. That's all I fucking do. That is all I fucking do. Off camera. Holy, how many times have I been told, why aren't you making content? You only play video games. It's all you do. That and like Seriously. Sling concrete for 12 hours.
There it is.
So, you know, let's give the audience a little taste of what we are, a little description of what we are. I'm a 30-year-old man, black man, proud black man, Black History Month. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
On God.
The memes for Black History Month, anime, and just people in general.
They've been so good.
They've been so good, so funny. And there's a lot of heartfelt ones too, of course. A lot of heartfelt ones.
But just a lot of outlandish, crazy ones, bro.
And then there's some outlandish, crazy ones. But it's popping off. I work a 9 to 5. I work 12-hour shifts. I sling the concrete. You know, I do some things. Heavy lifting all the time. I work with heavy machinery. You know, I'm just your regular working guy that loves anime, that loves video games, loves Star Wars, loves movies, sci-fi, all that stuff. I'm just a regular dude just deciding, hey, man, like, you know, I've kind of sorted myself out financially. If this doesn't work, well, then who gives a fuck, right? Because I'm a working man, and I'm not scared of hard work. That's never gonna change. And you have my brother here, and he can tell you a little bit about himself. I could tell you about him because he's my brother, but I'm gonna let him talk for himself, you know.
So I mean, I too, guys, work at 9 to 5, such is life. But you know, I love my job, and fuck, I mean, I'm much more fortunate than a lot of people out there. I know a lot of people are, you know, working just jobs that they don't like, man, and
doing what a man or a person has to do to get by,
right?
Man
and
or woman.
This is kind of what why we're doing the podcast as well, guys. It's like we want to be able to not only just get our input in and just talk about content that we care about together. But we do know that a lot of people, you're working that job and you have got podcast in your ear for like 4 hours a day and like whatever, right? Or whether it's just normal content for 30 minutes or this podcast, we know that does something for you guys, and it gets you through your day, and that's really what we want to do for you guys. We just want to talk, shoot the shit, talk about the things we love, and have you guys be a part of that. So let's just dive right into it, guys.
Yeah, we dive into it. Now, before we start, because you did mention it's about like that people are really like it's the life, like you're on break and you're picking like who you want to listen to.
Yeah.
So here's some little shout outs from the newbies.
Little shout out
from the newbies. Maddie Plays.
Oh yeah, so you want to give shout outs to great content?
Oh yeah, man.
Let's do it. Right?
Yo, can I just say also, Maddie Plays, of course. Let me just break it down.
Bro, I grew up watching Maddie. It's just so crazy to see how far
another person I am very like impressed with is Spawnwave.
Oh yeah, same.
Spawnwave.
Yeah, Spawn's crushing it.
The thing what I love about Spawnwave is he is consistent. That dude drops every video at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Even if there's a fire.
Even if there is a fire, he is there. And he is there for my breaks.
Shout out to anyone who got the Step Brothers reference. Love you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, man. Maddie Plays. You also listen to Last Stand Media.
Last Stand Media. Phenomenal personnel across the board within there. You got a lot of people that, Maddie, you got Iron Lord's podcast, Cog from the ILP, this great, heartwarming group of people there. Just so many great people to shout out. Obviously, the lead and the shepherd of the entire thing is Colin Moriarty, ex-IGN. Great guy. Love his content. Just super consistent in his argumentation. That's why I really like him. Man barely contradicts himself. And there's just, across the board, guys, another great shout out for content. A phenomenal shout out, guys. Review Bra. I think everyone knows this.
I don't.
Really?
I've never heard of this.
We'll have to look it up. You might have seen him. He kind of looks like an alien. I love him to death.
Okay.
But
to describe a person.
He a little, but he's definitely a handsome alien for sure. Especially he's spiffy as shit. Like he's wearing like really nice clean ass suits, but he's reviewing food. Easily one of.
Well, yeah, you're a foodie.
Easily top 10 content creators in the world, that man. Like, Review Bra is servicing the people. Like, Pizza Hut could drop something tomorrow, and I'm like, I know Review Bra. He's got like a 12-hour window on this shit. He's like, it's going to be
what I like for reviews, for pizza reviews? What? That one bite, everybody knows the rules guy. Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? Dave?
Dave, yes.
That man's a legend.
Yeah, he is a legend. That guy is great. But that's our little shout outs, guys, just to show you guys we're just normal guys, man.
And
we do what you do, man.
Guys.
We work, watch content, play video games, and always think about making content, but don't. And now that part is over. This is a new journey, man. And I'm excited to be doing it with my brother. Episode 1, man. This is as raw as it gets. So we're gonna dive into it. We have things we want to talk about. We got our pops here. We want to show you some. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Well, let me get this out of the way first, guys. One thing.
Isn't this cool? Look at this. You got the Mandalorian on the speeder. You got Kukwaki.
For our audio only listeners, we're showing off pops right now.
And you got the Disowned Son. And then you have Nezuko. Who doesn't love Nezuko?
She's adorable.
Exactly.
What I wanted to state was this is going to be a weekly podcast. You don't have to worry about no bi-weekly, monthly manga releases. Goodness gracious. No. Yep. Okay? It's not like that. It's going to be a weekly podcast, guys. You can look forward to our uploads. Probably, we're thinking likely every Monday, but we're going to see how the schedule works.
Yeah, see how it works. We were talking Sunday. We know a lot of people do podcasts on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So we're going to feel it out, right?
Yeah, we'll feel out how the landscape is. And
feel it out. It's going to be a journey.
And we're going to see what you guys think as well, right? So
exactly. Yes, we will be taking in a lot of feedback.
For sure.
Yeah, from the audience, if there is an audience. We're great. Yeah, people will like us. Of course. Of course. And I don't see why anyone would hate us, but some people love to hate. So I think there's going to be those people.
I love those guys because that is what
sleep
I like
in
to
your
call
head rent-free.
Rent-free, baby.
Oh, sorry, live in your head rent-free.
Free ad revenue. Free ad revenue, though. Those guys have ad blocker on scum. But still, I mean, I do too. Listen, guys. All right, so we're gonna get right into it.
Yes,
'Cause we're burning daylight here, and we
are
took a
burning
lot to set
daylight.
up.
We started setting this up when the sun was up and the sun is down and the screen on here. Someone forgot to turn off screensaver mode. Lord have mercy.
We're gonna have to do this.
Yo, Goku is pissed.
He's pissed.
He's like, yo, make sure I'm watching every second. That is mad. That is mad. He is looking.
Shout out to my boy. Shout out to the strongest man in the universe right there. Oh,
don't say that too loud. Superman might fly in.
oh my Atlanta. It's
Oh,
okay.
man.
Suicide Squad killed that
Yeah.
loser.
And Death Battle. Shout out to Death Battle for that Superman Goku video. That was crazy.
Literally.
That was crazy.
Literally.
Yeah, a few
Literally.
weeks ago. Yeah. But let's get into it. Enough introduction.
Let's
you
get
know.
into it. Yeah, I don't want to be so push. Normally, guys, we're probably like realistically, we are likely going to be like before we get into the things, the genuine topics, like we're probably gonna be shooting shit for like an hour. But we are burning daylight, so we just want to get into the show because there's so many things that we want to talk about with you guys this week.
And like I said, please bear with us. We are getting into the swing of things.
Yes.
You know, the professionalism, well, whatever sense of professionalism we're trying to go about, like how professional we're trying to be. But, you know, punctual is more the word. We aren't that professional.
No,
at all.
Not at all. But we love you guys for being here regardless, all right? So
But yeah, let's get into what is the first thing we talking about.
first thing on our itinerary today is literally the state of play.
Okay, I like that. So, everyone's thoughts on the state of play.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've heard, people aren't saying it's bad. People aren't saying it's great. It was decent.
Give me a
We
bird's eye
watched it.
view. Give me a bird's eye view. What you're thinking from 10,000 feet,
What does that even mean?
looking down on everyone, baby. You're like,
Oh, what I see.
what do
Some
you
God
see?
view.
What do you see? What do you see right now?
From what I've seen from the comments and whatnot, everyone's really excited about Death Stranding 2. Everyone is excited about Stellar Cake, because Lord have mercy. Can we just talk about like the character models and the graphics and even the voice acting? There are like that game is hitting every single angle, if you know what I'm talking about.
I gotta say it. I can't believe that there are incels in the world that think that a real woman doesn't look like that. That they've never seen a woman in their life.
Is that what people are saying?
Yeah, they're like, that's not how a woman look.
Go to Florida or California.
Go
Like,
anywhere.
yeah.
Walk outside. Touch grass for the love of God.
Go to the gym.
These niggas will never. So, like, that is one thing we just gotta get out the way. Like, it's hilarious. They like, and what's sad? It's based off of. I'm fairly certain this is based off of like a real woman's body. Like the actual. Like they had a girl there.
Yeah,
and
I
she
would
was
assume
doing
that
motion,
someone's
motion
actually-
cap
yeah,
and everything,
motion
right?
capture.
So I'm like, why are you guys like? I just can't.
Well, because I'm sure does the actor look like the character model? That's probably what people are thinking.
From a quick
Have you seen
glance
it?
that I saw, she looks pretty similar. I think things are a little bit over accentuated by a hair.
Course,
by a
of
hair.
course.
But
that's the fan service.
that's the fan service, exactly,
service.
right? So I don't know what these people want. They just want an ugly woman. I can't understand.
Some people just don't make sense to me.
no.
I don't understand.
No.
I don't know.
They thought she wasn't wearing clothes. I mean, she was. It was just tight.
She was, and the drip was real. It
looked
wasn't
good.
just like skin tight suits. Like they had actual. She was wearing jeans with a crop top and the jacket, and she looked really good. Like good fashion sense in that game.
I agree. And even if they toned down the voluptuousness by like 15%, I don't think that would have stopped people from being this crazy. I think the issue is at the root of it is that it's just like, oh, you're doing this to pandering another hot female lead that's from a Ninja Gaiden franchise. It's like, piss off. We're playing it. Don't play it.
We had Ryu
For how long?
for 3 games.
Girls got to eat good.
Bro,
I know tons of girls that love
not
Ryu.
even like 4, because they had 2. They had Ninja Gaiden 2 and Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma.
Yep,
They had Ninja
yep.
Gaiden 3.
Whatever. I mean, guys
Like,
love
yo,
Ryu too. Whatever your sexual preference is, shit.
And not even that, bro. We had like we had what's her name? The girl with the pink hair, Ayane.
Yes,
And then we also
yes.
have Kazumi. Like bunch of female. Like, bro, what's with the hate, bro?
What's the
like,
issue?
bro,
What's the issue?
why are you hating on the females for? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Okay? You don't like the story seems like it'll be great. The models are great. The world is beautiful, and the combat looks clean.
Did you hear about the synopsis for the story? I didn't hear about it completely, not entirely. Like I heard a little bit of it. I think it's just about like this world that has two gods, and the girl that you are. Like there's a lot of biblical references in the girl that you are. I mean, it used to be called Project Eve, as most of us do know. The girl that you are, though, is like there to like stop this like calamity or whatever and save the world and all that. So I really
usually the case.
Yes, right. And you got the guy there named Adam. Right. And someone named Lily. I don't know if that's a play on Lilith in the biblical terms as well. Tons of cool things that they're working with. Like tons of really, really cool like story plot and devices that they have.
It seems like there's a lot of creative like activity going on in this game.
How do you like the general art style? But not the main character, but like
the world and stuff? I like it. I like it. I like it, man. It pops out, bro. No, it pops out. Yeah. My biggest thing that I like is the gameplay looks clean. I like the variety of weapons that I saw, the ranged weapons, and I also like the look of it. Yeah. It like I love. Let me not stutter too much, but when you watch a game and you can feel the impact as you're watching it, like that is such a good sign. It is such a good sign. Yeah.
You know it.
Rise of the Ronin.
We're getting there, right? Yeah. We're just going. We're going.
It's a transition.
All right, easy transition.
But that's what it is. Rise of the Ronin did not give me that feel.
Rise of the Mid?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Let me say this, guys. I've been waiting to pop off on this.
Okay, calm down. See, this is what happens. Like, we get heated.
So into it already.
Yeah, okay. Goodness. So, Rise of the Ronin, it's a game where you look at it and you're like, maybe it'll feel better in my hands. And I don't necessarily like that. They need to put out a demo.
Yeah.
They need to put out a demo.
And they shouldn't have to. That's a shame.
They shouldn't have to. But when it looks like that, in my head, I've already decided I'm not buying the game.
Well, most PlayStation fans have. The issue is that, like we discussed prior, I think we were talking about this last week, when you've played Ghost of Tsushima, and then you try, like,
Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro, Elden Ring,
games that
Monster Hunter World,
crazy, like crazy good. When you try it, and then especially for PlayStation fans, it's like, okay, we've played Ghost, where's Ghost 2? And then they have the audacity to slap the PlayStation logo on this, pretending like it's first party when it's a second party project. And then you wonder why PlayStation fans are like, Rise of Mid, where's Ghost 2? They've played one of the best samurai games ever made. You bet if you're going to release another one on your platform, and if you're going to put your stamp on it, you better damn well make sure it's good and up to the standards that you have curated. You have they've literally made an ecosystem of people that yearn for high quality games. Yes. That is on them. They need to keep that up. I like that, right? But when you do something like that, you need to be careful with steps like this.
Exactly.
Right?
And and it's true. When it comes to first party games, when you see that PlayStation Studio logo pop up, you're expecting high quality. Yep. That is the first thing in my mind.
Every time.
Like, maybe that is a hardcore gamer perspective. You guys can let us know,
for sure,
right? Whether, because I'm sure we're gonna have hardcore gamers watching us and casual gamers watching us. You guys can let us know. But when I see a PlayStation logo pop up, I'm like, okay, this is first party, maybe second party, but the first thought in my head is quality.
You're the first thought in your head is, this is gonna be
tier quality.
Yeah, you feel it.
Rise of the Ronin. I'll try not to say Rise of the Mid because I don't want to take away too much from it, okay? It doesn't look like a bad game. There are a lot of things I liked about Rise of the Ronin. I like the glider. I like the grapple hook. I like the variety of weapons. But the animation was not clean. The impact did not look good. It looked rushed. There's a lot of things that do not look good with this game, and it needs to get fixed. And it has time to fix it, right? But on another note, if we go back to Eve, it's a completely different story. You would think that Project Eve, is it a PlayStation exclusive?
It is, I believe it is. Yes, I believe it is it's second party, but it is indeed a console exclusive. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yes.
It's not in-house, but it is. And the funny thing is,
because we saw the PlayStation,
I could see Sony. That is the only team that they showed. Maybe more, but I could see them picking up Stellar Blade easily. I could see them buying
Stellar Blade
that
looks like a AAA Sony game. Like if it was, like if they were to tell you that it was, this screen is mad. Goku is mad.
He's pissed, bro. He's pissed.
If they were to tell you that it was, I'd believe it because the quality is there with Stellar Blade.
And how do you not like? That's what I'm so annoyed with is that you guys have done it good before. Like you've made the great judgment call before, whereas you've been like, okay. I mean, that's another judgment call right there. They're like, this is good enough to put our stamp on, right? Yep. Why? Who in their right mind thought that Rise of Ronin was good enough for the stand? That's what I want. I want to talk to that guy. And because here's the thing, I haven't played the game, but what I can tell you guys right away is, why does it look like Sekiro? Why does it look like a PS4 game from 7 years ago? I don't give a shit if it runs at 60 frames. Why does it look like a PS4 game?
Yeah, and that's not to throw, of course, Sekiro is one of the best games
ever played.
But you're talking the look. Like, it looks like a PS4 game.
And when you put that stamp on there, that's the issue. That's what right away goes in my head. PlayStation Studios, show me the graphics. Yep. Show me the quality. Yep. Show me the goods. And Rise of Ronin didn't hold up. I was not.
Now, what did impress me?
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2.
Oh, yeah.
That game. Now, let me just... Yep. This is how you know it is so good. I have not played Death Stranding 1. I don't know anything about that game other than you're a delivery boy. That's all I know. You're a delivery boy, as far as I know. I watched that trailer with you, and I was so locked in. I was so locked in. That game, the graphics, the story, the trailer, bro. I didn't know anything about it, but I was in it. Yep. And I was like, yeah, I want to buy this game.
Yep.
This looks crazy. This makes me want to go and play the first game. Yep. Right? And they only showed like 10 seconds of third person shooting. Right? It was mostly exploration and cutscenes. And the cutscenes were crazy.
Oh, let's preach that. The visual fidelity.
That guy with the guitar going shooting electricity out of his guitar. That futuristic exosuit samurai.
Mind blowing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. More people. I think we were discussing this when we saw it, like right after we saw it. More people. Decima engine is elite. That engine is elite. It is ridiculous. People's looking for Unreal 5. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I see Decima. I see Frostbite. I see in-house crazy engines. The visual fidelity. When I remember, this is a side note, I remember way back when people found out that DICE was making Battlefield. The only thing I was excited about, I was like, no one else will be able to make a Star Wars game look this good. No one. Because Frostbite is the best engine for quality and like just aesthetic appeal.
It is pretty damn
up
good,
there,
man.
And we all know it's pretty damn up there. The only thing I think that might contest it would be something akin to Decima or Decima itself, right? So that is the thing.
What's up?
What's going on?
Yeah,
we're just recording. Yeah. So, thank you for the minor interruption.
All right. So, okay. This is what happens on episode 1, bro.
Yeah,
this is
episode 1. It's always episode 1.
It's always something. Something comes. Anyways, continuing on.
Yeah, the engine was just. It's Death Stranding 2. It's just. What a feat, man. We haven't seen. And that is how you present a game. That is how you drop a trailer. That is just. Oh my God. The direction in the trailer alone.
Yeah.
I was like.
I was
locked in.
Dude, I was so impressed.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about the game, and you best believe I am buying Death Stranding 2.
Easily.
And at some point, I will be playing Death Stranding 1. And saying that, you can catch me on Cursemark143. CURSEMARK 143.
He's gonna plug it.
I'm gonna plug it, and people are gonna ask, "Yo, why the 143? Are you one of those guys you're one of those underscore guys, those try hard anime fighters, and fighting games in general? You're a try hard. You got that underscore."
Yeah.
I am. What up, bro? Fight me, bro. Fight me. I will see you there. But the 143, people will know People who don't know. People my age will most likely know. 1 meaning, 4 syllables, 3 words. I love you. And that's what it is. I've always stuck with the 143 since I was a kid, even when I got bullied, and all that stuff.
Whoa, where we going?
We're not going dark. I'm not going down no deep dark path.
Here we go.
But I'm just telling you, I'm a man of love. I try to spread the love. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Speaking of spreading love, speaking of spreading love, are you gonna spread some love to that Zone Zenless Zero game? that new MiHoYo-verse game, that fighter? Yeah.
The new MiHoYo-verse fighting game. Yes.
That? Yeah,
I did see that. That's pretty much Hoyo versus
Zone Zero.
That's their 3rd game now, right?
Yeah. They're printing
and,
paper.
Oh yeah, you know why they're printing paper? Because they had their original formula with Genshin Impact.
Yep.
And then that formula got refined in Star Rail. And I was addicted to Star Rail for a minute. It got me on a binge. I couldn't get out of that hole.
Most people are.
But now with this game, oh man, the formula, their gacha formula, it's gonna be great with the gameplay. It looked nice, right? But I think the formula for the whole gacha system, it's really gonna trap people. Like
I agree. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I don't mind gachas at the end of the day if the gameplay is good. I'm hoping it's a lot deeper than Genshin. Genshin, I loved. I liked the aesthetics for sure.
Right.
I liked the traversing and general exploration, the general gameplay, but the combat was so horrible, I wanted to die. Yeah. It was so
I feel like a lot of people that liked anime that played that game stuck around it for a while just because the main character technically did a Rasengan.
Yeah, right? It was pretty sick.
And it was sick. Let's not deny that Genshin was pretty sick. It really had me fantasizing about like the different ways I can go about reenacting my favorite animes. Naruto specifically. You had the Rasengan, which is like the wind style, and then you had someone throwing some fire, and all of a sudden you're doing a fire Rasengan. And when you watch the Naruto movies back in the day, the original Naruto movies, crazy. Every single movie, Naruto was doing a different Rasengan.
New elemental Rasengan. The rainbow Rasengan.
Hey, nobody forget about that. That shit was powerful as hell. Oh my days.
My goodness.
So the power fantasy was there in Genshin Impact in the beginning, but it just didn't stick. The gameplay did not stick. No. I found myself getting bored
very quickly.
Right? Yeah. So
TDM sat in very quickly for me.
And then Hoyoverse having Star Rail, that was great for turn-based. I'm not even that big on turn-based. Yeah. But it had me locked in. The character models were great. Yep. The story kept me in.
Animations were great.
The animations were great.
Cutscenes. I see cutscenes from that. I'm like, whoa, is this CC2? I'm like, holy, look at these cutscenes.
Damn near close.
Right?
Damn near close.
If they made a fighter, they would be eaten good. So this is why I'm keeping my eye out for Zenless, man. I am. I want it to be good. I am very... let me just say this, guys. I'm very cautiously optimistic for Zenless, right? I'm not opposed to gachas out the gate like most people are. They're like, gotcha, right? Yeah. But I will play
foaming out the mouth.
I will play it if the gameplay is good. We'll see on Zenless for sure, right? But I did want to bring up here, which is really funny, Sonic X Shadow. That
looked fun.
It did look good. It's just fun. A little...
I always love seeing Shadow.
I'm flabbergasted. I heard Chris Raygun talk about this, and I was dying because he's like, it's a little surprised that they, where actually they had the gusto to even put out a name like that's Sonic X Shadow, because if you do a Google search of that, you're not finding that game. So let me tell you, the Sonic fans are crazy out there.
And I wouldn't know. I love Shadow, but I ain't searching up Sonic games. I did not play the new Sonic game. I am far, far past
It's
Sonic.
Just like, it's almost as bad as Overwatch at this point. People just don't even want to play the games. They just want to fap to it. Jeez. Anyways, that's all really I have to say about Sonic. I am excited for that game. I am excited for that game. It's just the name is wild. Like, you guys could have gone with a better name. Like you know what's gonna happen when a kid searches that fucking thing up. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my days.
Google's gonna be like, yeah, half the results you can't see.
Oh my days.
Oh, that was pretty much all our notable things that we had for the state of play.
Yeah, I didn't really. No, when it comes to the state of play. I didn't know. There's nothing really else that catches my eye. Stellar Blade, can't wait. Rise of the Ronin, hope it gets polished. Hope they fix the animations because they're not good.
Yep.
And yeah, of course, Death Stranding 2. Don't know anything about it, but damn, do I ever want to know. And I'm going to have to get into it at some point. I'll try to do it online. I'll try to stream it, or maybe I'll make videos of it. You know, get back into the Twitch. Everything is set up. Like, I got my Twitch set up. Everything is CurseMark143, guys.
Nice.
So when you hear me pop it off, you know, I'm posting on Twitter and everything, or X, whatever you want to call it.
Horrible name.
So yeah, we're gonna be ramping up, in different ways with our YouTubes, our own YouTubes.
Everything.
Dark Taco does music, so you can catch him on Spotify. Where exactly, actually?
At Mykhin888, MYKHYN 888. Thank you, guys.
I actually call it My Kind. When I read it, it looks like My Kind.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
so you should say that from now on.
I like that.
Yeah.
My kind.
Or maybe I'm dyslexic. And I
Yeah,
can't
you're
read
probably
properly.
dyslexic.
But I mean, you're not. The way it's spelled, it's not real words. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm just sounding it out as I go.
Exactly.
You know,
And I mean, English is just such a archaic language. You could literally say one word 7 different times and it has 7 different meanings. So that's just
potato,
English.
potato, same difference.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Same difference. People love that saying. Same difference.
Before we do leave the stratosphere here with PlayStation, I do want to talk about one thing, and that is, what's your pulse for Helldivers 2?
Right. I completely forgot about
Of
that
course you did.
game.
I knew you did.
And that's because it's not memorable at all.
Yikes.
Now, everyone wants to say it's going to be a fun game, and I agree. But I feel like a lot of people just aren't going to buy this game unless your friends are literally telling you and pressuring you to get this game. I feel like that's what this game is. It's $44 Canadian, which is a great price for what it looks like. It looks like a clean game. It looks like a fun game. I like the weapons, the explosions, the aliens, you know. It looks fun. Is it a game I'm going to buy? I wish it was a part of the PlayStation Plus collection. I'm just being honest, okay? Because let's be like, the PlayStation collection, first of all, is a little dry. It's a little, you know.
That's an understatement.
It's, yeah, you know, and all right, let's just skip over that. Okay. I don't want to dive
One
too
thing
deep
I
into that.
do
Everyone knows what's going on with the PlayStation collection. It has been dry for a while.
With Helldivers, what is that new like soap game that's coming out where you're like it's almost like Splatoon?
Oh, yes.
I forget what that's called. It's like
Foam Party.
Foam Stars.
Foam Stars.
Thank you. I can't believe this.
It looks like a foam. It is a foam party.
So Foam Stars is actually releasing on PlayStation Plus around the same time that I don't know if it's the exact same day as around the same time as Helldivers. So they're literally shafting Helldivers. They're like, yeah, we kind of know no one's gonna buy this regardless.
Because I'm gonna play Foam Stars.
I'm gonna play Foam Stars
because it's a part of PlayStation Plus collection.
and it looks more fun than Helldivers.
And it looks really fun. You're just shooting people with foam. It's great. It's great.
I like Splatoon.
You know, you got the colors. That game is going to go crazy on cosmetics. The battle pass, I'm sure it might go crazy.
And it's going to go crazy in their home turf. It's going to go crazy in Japan. It's going to be it's going to be a phenomenal game for that market.
Japan will
right?
love that.
Yeah, they're going to eat that up. I mean, they ate up
I think
Splatoon.
we will,
right?
and they will.
Yeah, for sure. So that's really all I needed to talk about for Helldivers 2. I mean, I knew there wasn't much to say, but I definitely knew
I don't want to shit on it. I'm not shitting on it.
I know, but I don't want the comment to be, what about Helldivers? And it's like, guys,
like, listen, okay, it looks fun.
Listen, guys,
right?
I have it in my wish list. I do. It's just, will I pull the trigger on it? I know. Will I pull the trigger on it? I don't know.
I'm not hating.
It sounds like you're hating.
No, it looks fun. Now, the tone of my voice, maybe you can read in between the lines.
All right, guys. So that's all we really have on note today for this week for PlayStation. But
what's next?
Moving on, we did want to talk about our big bad friends over at MS, Microsoft, and Xbox. Okay. So really, kind of 2 notable things to talk about. The first thing we did want to talk about is just hot off the topic. Everyone's ranting about this, and sure, we're gonna get our 2 cents in about the games coming potentially to multi-platform.
Right.
So, yes.
So people are talking about that, and for what I've heard, based off speculation, it's supposed to be Hi-Fi Rush.
Yes, I've heard Hi-Fi.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things about Hi-Fi. Like, I've heard reputable sources be like, no, like, it's coming.
Yeah.
And then I've heard people saying the same guys that agree in agreement with those same guys are saying, yeah, well, Starfield's coming too. And it's like,
no way.
What? I know,
no
right? And
way.
it's
That won't happen.
I'm like, it's all over the place. But here's the thing. The funny thing is, we got to get right into this. Why I do think it could be plausible is because when you look at the way that when you look at Starfield and the trajectory that it's on right now, you look at how consistent that game is getting updates and the amount of money that they have to pump into this game right now instead of just letting it coast and do its thing. They already made their bag. It seems as almost like they're ramping up for like another premium mode for it to be released on other platforms.
Yeah, the way I see, like,
Right?
yeah, they have Skyrim. Like, PlayStation has Skyrim. PlayStation has Oblivion as well. I
Xbox
believe.
knows Bethesda,
Right?
like tons of fans are on that ecosystem. They would love to get, they would love to
That would
push
be
their
cool.
game.
That would be a bag.
That's a fat bag.
Bag.
Because PlayStation guys are going to be eating that up. Xbox cops 30%, done.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Just take the 30%. It's
Yeah,
so
you know,
easy,
Yeah.
right?
Now that I think about it, and Bethesda did mention that, they were going to go on a game. Well, Xbox mentioned they're going to go on a game-to-game basis when it comes to exclusivity.
Yes.
So that is a possibility. I could, now that you mention it, hey, I could see it.
I could see it. I could see it. It's just, it's super against the grain, I feel like, for what
Yeah, because they're owned by Xbox, now.
Right?
So you would expect Xbox to be like,
Exactly.
and you think PlayStation's giving Xbox anything?
Hell no.
Anything.
They won't even give us foam stars, let alone, right? They won't give anyone on Xbox anything. So it's just the way, and they don't have to each their own, right? They definitely don't have. They have their freaking boot on Xbox's neck for the past 5 years, right? Like we all know that. I mean, maybe 7. So they can do whatever they want, but Xbox, I think it would be a very strategic move to just start dumping their IPs everywhere. Say, screw the barriers. We already, we own... It would be optically great for everyone because imagine stripping Call of Duty away from the most popular... its most popular ecosystem for the past 8 years. Yeah. Everyone has loved... It's almost been associated with PlayStation, Call of Duty, for almost 8 years now. Like, they've had crazy marketing deals with them. It's not like the 360, right?
Yeah.
So everyone does kind of synonymously think PlayStation, Call of Duty, right? And to have that stripped away.
Most people play Call of Duty on
PlayStation. And even after it's post-acquisition, guys, like a lot, it's not like those guys are just like, they're going to buy Xbox. They don't care, right? I think it would be really smart for Xbox to, they might buy Xbox, but not the mass majority. They're going to stick on the ecosystem, right? Sunk cost fallacy. They have the majority of their games on PlayStation. They're going to stay there. I think it would be genius for Xbox to just say, screw the barriers. They already use a lot of verbiage that says they're against exclusives. I think they're just doing it to save face for the platform, for the hardcores that are like, please don't give them Gears. Don't give them Halo. It's like, get over it. Like guys, get over it. And Sony, get over it. Give us Final Fantasy.
Sony will never get over it.
Xbox deserves Final Fantasy. It's a joke that they don't have 7 Remake yet. It's a lot of these things. You know me. We're pretty agnostic, and
I would say so.
Right, and it's like, guys, a lot of these things, I wouldn't be overreacting. I'd be reacting a lot more if it was vice versa. If Sony was like, okay, we're gonna start dishing out their thing, because they don't have to. That's abnormal. But the fact that Xbox in their position, I think it's not only like a feasible thing for them to do, but it might genuinely be like their right next step and the best next step that they can take. I don't think they are kind of pigeonholed, guys. Like, they can't do too much right now. They're getting annihilated on all fronts, right? And they're in the hole from their own mistakes with Game Pass. You think they can keep funding this thing at $15 a month? Like, no, guys. So
the price is gonna go up,
right?
But at the same time, and it's been so long, and we've been saying it for so long. But Xbox first-party games are coming.
They are.
We've been saying it. We're still waiting. Fable.
Hellblade.
Hellblade. The new Halo. Maybe a new Gears of War. The new Fallout. We already know the new Elder Scrolls is coming. And the thing with Elder Scrolls, we don't know if it's going to be an Xbox exclusive. It probably will.
It likely will.
It likely will. But if they throw Starfield on PlayStation, then people are going to ask for Elder Scrolls 6 on PlayStation. And they're making an Oblivion remake. So there's a lot going on for Xbox that will, increase the value of Game Pass because all of these games are coming to Game Pass. So the price will eventually rise. The catalog will look better.
Yep.
It's just a matter of time, and it's been a long time. Like, holy.
I think they are. The more I think about it, the more we discuss it, I really do think that they're just going to say, screw it. I mean, we know that at the end of the day, they're a software company. They like to treat everything like software. They would love for everything to be subscription based. They don't care.
Yep.
Right? I really do think they're going to be like, guys, listen, we already said that we're not about this exclusive thing. They already really talk about how they would love to put their games on Nintendo. They don't see Sony. They don't see Sony as even a competitor. They don't even see when you use that verbiage, it's almost like you're trying to get yourself out. You're trying to get yourself out of this weird pocket that you're in, and you're like, guys, like we almost don't want to be a console anymore. We kind of just want to be a publisher. Like, can we just publish games, right? And then they got their Xbox fan base that has the box, and they're like, you give them any exclusives, I'll wring your neck. Right? And it's like that weird. You're gonna be looking like
Goku,
right?
You're looking like Goku.
It's the weird
looking
tension.
through the glass, and
just,
your nose are flared.
Is that Starfield on PlayStation?
And you're breathing profusely, like just losing your mind.
And looking at your Series X like, I'm selling this thing.
Because there are people that are actually so tied to the brand.
But what's funny is
the company.
Isn't it a win-win for Microsoft? Because even if people in drones were to be like, you know what, you betrayed us. We're selling all our hardware. We're going to PlayStation. What are they going to buy on PlayStation? Oh, Starfield. Oh, the Xbox game. Oh, Halo. It's a win-win. They can't lose. no matter even if they ditch all these people, you're still going to buy Call of Duty. It's theirs. You're still going to buy Halo. It's theirs. You're still going to buy Gears. It's theirs.
Unless you are just so petty.
Yeah.
You have to be so petty.
Be like, they did me dirty.
I'm not buying the new Halo
Never
because
again.
they betrayed. Like, you're not gonna do that, bro. You're not doing it.
You'll see Master Chief in a literally a $10 million marketing budget campaign which is cheap, and you'll see that, and you'll buy it, and you'll pre-order. Okay, folks. Like, we all know how it works, right? It just needs to hit. Like, at the end of the day, they can do a lot of things, but if it hits, it hits, and people forget. It's goldfish brain, as we all know, right? It's just goldfish brain.
Yeah. I mean, so what's next?
I
mean, we're going all over the place. We're getting real heated a little bit. But like, what's next?
Yeah, let's keep going because we are trying to. Sorry, guys, again, if it does feel a little bit rushed, we started late and we burned daylight, and we really did.
There is no daylight.
There is no more daylight.
It's dark as hell out there.
And we really did just want to. We had a lot to get through this week with you guys, and yeah, we just want to get through it all.
I'm having a lot
right?
of fun. This is great.
So
what's next?
Next on our list is and we can glaze over this. I don't know how much you want to talk about this. It's kind of not too prevalent right now. We talked about it a few weeks ago. It's just the rumors of a console revision potentially for Xbox in 2026. Them potentially attempting to leapfrog Sony for a better advantage on the playing field. What do you think about that, man?
Xbox leapfrog. Well, they said they want to be the ones that determine power. Right?
I would love that.
They want to have the control over what power is.
I would love that.
For these consoles.
Go with the power narrative.
They could leapfrog. I personally don't know. And I personally don't care. It would be cool to see them leapfrog PlayStation, because then PlayStation's going to have to get their ass in gear. And who doesn't want to see that? PlayStation under pressure is the best PlayStation.
We talk about this all the time. I agree.
All right?
I agree.
I think that goes, well, maybe not for Xbox.
I don't think
Xbox
so.
has so much money that if they feel pressured, and there's the CEO, the head of Microsoft, he has no problem buying his way out of a bad situation.
Remember he asked Phil if he could buy Valve? Like, this guy's just all over the place, bro.
He has no problem. If it comes down to the worst of the worst, he'll be like, okay, let's just buy everybody. Yeah, you don't think you want all this money? Trust me, they have enough. Somebody gonna take the bait.
Yeah.
Somebody is gonna take the bait.
Yeah, they always do.
But you know, you got Big Daddy Phil. You know, he's really just trying to do this the right way.
Yep.
And I really appreciate how Phil's trying to go about this. But
Yep.
even Phil said, with Nintendo, you know, if my boss, you know, decides we want to buy Nintendo and force our way in, well, we are ready as we are. Everyone remembers that.
He said it's not something that we would like to do. It's like, who says that? So you would if you had to? Like, and you never have to.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Being loved is the best.
Yep.
But being feared
Is even better.
is no, dude. It's a close second. Okay, it's a close second. But if it goes down,
that's so
Microsoft has the money to push their way through. But
They
you got
do.
Big Daddy Phil doing things proper, really trying to, you know, make Xbox memorable, and
well-
not just the sense of their games, their platform, but how they went about things. You know.
I was talking about this off cam with a few buddies prior to the show, actually. And we were talking about how, on Discord, and we were talking about how I feel like not Microsoft, but in Xbox specifically, if
Right.
they've set themselves up so interestingly and with Game Pass and all these things, and the thing that I like what you said is that you do appreciate how Phil's navigating this situation. I think he is trying to go about it in a way that not only is just optically good for PR, but kind of good for the industry. This could have been a bloodbath. Like, they could have gone ham if someone else was in Phil's position. So on that point, I am genuinely concerned for Microsoft and Xbox when Phil leaves. What happens when you get a number cruncher in there and he's like, Game Pass saturation's looking pretty damn good. What are they paying right now? $10.99. Let's what do we got on there? Oh, you're about to drop Elder Scrolls, right? You're about to drop the new one? Well, let's Game Pass is next week. It's about to be $79.99 because they'll buy it.
Yep.
They'll buy it
Yep.
a month, and we'll just throw games on there.
$79.99 a month.
A month.
No, stop.
A month.
Stop. That would be mad. But $79.99 every 6 months.
Yeah, so just double the price almost, because right now it's probably around $129, I think, year round. I forget USD current prices. Forgive us, guys. We are Canadian, but they could go off here. They could if you get a number cruncher in that
You could
seat.
have a real demon in Phil's position. You could have a demon
should
in there.
really be happy that it's not someone other than Phil.
I think some people want Phil to
I think
leave.
some people want Bobby Kotick out there, bro. They want a demon in that seat, just to clean house and step on PlayStation's neck. They want someone
Lord.
They want someone who can turn things around, right? And you hate the man all you want, but when he saved Call of Duty, folks, we all know it on paper.
Yep.
And how much money that game prints every goddamn year, they saved it. So
And they only saved it for a moment. As far as I know, Call of Duty is not doing so hot.
no, it ain't doing so hot.
It's not doing so hot.
It could be doing a lot better.
It's a fun game. I play it, you know, rarely, but it's fun. You know, but you know, moving forward, what do we have next? We have. Are we talking about Sparking Zero yet?
The next on the list. This is time.
What?
Hopefully the segment's not too long, guys.
That's okay. It's a podcast.
Yes, but it's time for us to finally get into our little anime spiel here and break down some of the things going on this week. First thing first. Sparking Zero. There's some things that we gotta talk about, and I'm just gonna let you pop off, because if I started talking right now, I would punch the monitor for the nonsense that they're doing.
Okay.
So I'll let you take this away.
Oh, man.
Because I'm living.
Oh man, where do we start? Well, there's a whole lot of greed going on here. There's a whole lot of greed.
Oh yeah.
So, it has been said by the people working on Tenkaichi. I believe it was one of the producers, right? One of the heads, one of the top.
I think it might have been the executive producer,
Right,
actually, who said
right.
it. Yeah.
Saying that, and this just makes me depressed, but they're saying that the reason we aren't getting split screen for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is due to the fact that Sony and Microsoft, PlayStation and Xbox are complicating the situation. Complicating it how?
Oh, we all know how.
Well, considering that Sparking Zero is going to be the #1 anime game in the world, unquestionably, don't at me, bro.
No, easily
Okay?
the most successful game
It
anime
will
game
be
ever
the
made.
most successful anime
Done.
game.
Bar none.
Bar none.
The streets are fed.
And
like,
when
guys, we know the streets are
yeah,
fed.
and when people see that, when companies see that, when
They're gonna lose their
PlayStation and
mind.
Xbox sees that, they're like, yeah, make sure
Make sure
this game is single player.
Yeah.
2-player online. If you want to play this game
With a friend?
you better buy an Xbox. You better buy a PlayStation. You ain't sitting beside each other, you know, just boy. Yeah, broke boy. If you're a broke boy, just say so. That's the vibe, man. So, you know, I've been watching a lot of different anime YouTubers that like to talk about this. There's only one I'm gonna shout out, Slow Plays. You know, shouting out the Slow Plays because I like Slow Plays
Shout out
content and the
Slow.
vibes, you know.
Shout out Slow.
So yeah, you know, you got guys like him that are talking about it.
Shout out Rhyme, dog.
Oh, of course.
Shout out the GOAT, baby.
Ryan. Yo, shout out to Afro, bro.
Yo, shout out to Afro, dog.
Yo, Afro, really, you need to put out more content, bro. Let me just say that, bro. This guy makes such good content, and I know he's chilling because he put in the work. He put in the work.
Yeah.
But like, yo, Afro, come on.
You
Man.
sound like all his fans, bro. On God. Afro, we do need more.
But, like,
content.
he's
so entertaining, bro.
Yeah.
He's so
He
entertaining,
is, bro.
Like,
He is,
oh my
bro.
God, there's no one in the space that I want to watch as much as him.
Yeah.
For real.
For real, man.
He's so
the
entertaining.
reason why I put so much work into making my. If you go on Cursemark143, you will see my anime version of myself that I created. You know, I took pieces from Gogeta, from Bleach, from Star Wars, and I melded it together into like what is me, right? And you know that stemmed from him essentially because he took the head from the guy from Afro Samurai, and then he has Minato's coat, and Afro's character did not look like how it used to. It is evolved
It has
over
evolved,
time,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
really appreciate the creativity. So, bro, put out a little bit more content. I know you good.
Your fans are begging you. Your fans are begging you, Afro.
And I'm a fan too.
We're actually begging. Yeah, we're like, bro,
Right,
please.
he's around the same age as me, if not a little younger, bro. But I watched him since 2013 when he had that intro, and that intro was like, play my. It was like dun 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 dun, and you had like it was the black and white, and you had the 9 tails in there, and you had the Afro Samurai in there. Yo, Afro 20. I know we're sidetracked, bro.
We're so
and that's what
sidetracked.
happens. But yo, Afro 2013, 2014,
Go
like
ahead.
Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, yo, he popped off,
for
man.
real.
But anyways,
For real.
Yeah,
Those
man.
are the good years. Those are the good years, bro.
But it's these guys, right? And Afro doesn't really talk about it, and I don't know if Ryan really talks about it, right? But like Slow did, right? And other people did.
Okay, I'm glad.
No one's really trying to. We'll see what happens, right? Right. So either talk about it or you don't. But it's a shame. It's a shame, man, that this game,
It's so
bro.
stupid.
What
It's
did
so
we
stupid.
do the whole time when we were kids and Tenkaichi 3 was out? It was the only game we played.
The
bro.
only thing I see in the comments, and it's so sad for the people that are gonna have to get the punch in the mouth when it happens. I still see in the comments of new comments, guys, from like yesterday. It's like, I can't wait to go to my cousin's house and play this split screen. These guys don't even know. Like, they don't even know, and they're gonna get the game and be so excited, and they're gonna look through. I've done it on multiple. It's the worst feeling in an anime game when you're going through the free battle and you're like, "Is there no split screen?" And you're like, you can't find the player to, and you're like, no shot.
There's gonna be people like there's gonna be the newer Dragon Ball fans that didn't necessarily. They only play Xenoverse.
They don't. They're
Not
it's
even that.
a single player game.
Not even that. But it's like
What do you think?
They didn't grow up with Tenkaichi in the sense that they weren't playing it necessarily when it was released, right? They were playing it, maybe it was after it was released, going into the phase of PS3, maybe their older brother had it, and it was much easier for them to get accustomed to the single player online multiplayer scene that is so prevalent today. And a lot of the OGs, like Slow, like Afro, like Rhyme Style, like C-Rax, like a lot of those guys, we are not happy about this shit.
No, we all know
we
it.
are not
We all know it's
happy
BS.
about this shit.
It's BS.
There's absolutely no reason why this game should not have split screen. Absolutely no reason.
But they're pushing consoles out the wazoo. And it's annoying that they're doing... Here's why I'm so frustrated with it. Because their saturation points are good. Yeah. The console saturation points are good, guys. And, like, it's not... Like, they're recovering from COVID still, obviously. I would love to see the data on that. But the saturation points are good. The PS5 is doing very strong. It's doing very well. The Series X and S are still doing better than their prior generation. Like, the saturation point is there. So why are we making decisions like this that are hamstrung in games? And literally just... No one is a fan of it. Not the developer, not the publisher. No, the publisher might be. Because they know that they might be selling more games.
Exactly.
But the developer's not a fan, and the fans are livid when you make decisions
like this. The guys at Bandai
are
not happy about this.
No. And that's why they spoke out on it.
And that's why they said they're trying to work on it. And I appreciate that so much. A lot of what I like, people don't understand, like, how much Bandai actually really cares about Tenkaichi, right? Now, I hear people talking about I did not even know this before I started talking about. I did not know that people were nitpicking the trailer, and trying to find little things that are wrong with the trailer.
I had no idea people were doing that.
Some people are, right?
That's wild.
And even some of the vets are. And I'm not gonna it is what it is, right? You're looking at it for what it is, And no one's talking shit. They expect it to get polished. Like, that's just obvious. Everyone expects it to get polished, right? But people are kind of nitpicking, kind of looking at it and being like, well, I don't know.
I hear.
People are trying to say, like, just like, it's just the smallest things. I can't even really get too deep into it because I'm losing my train of thought with this stuff because it's just so it's so little, right? But when people are, like, looking at Tenkaichi, they think that, I don't know what they think. There are people that really believe that this game isn't getting the love that it's deserved, and they're downplaying it. It's actually crazy to me how some people are downplaying sparking.
That's wild,
right?
Yeah,
and
that's wild.
I feel like it's the minority. Let's just get that.
Oh, for sure,
it's the minority.
Yeah, because and you know me, I'm a hard ass. Like, if I normally, if I see something, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
But I full swing really think that they have done a phenomenal job evolving what is Tenkaichi.
From the first trailer to the Rivals trailer, night and day.
Night
and day, bro. Yeah. It is crazy the amount of polish. And
it's going to get even more polished, guys.
It's going to get even
because that's the last thing that they do for games. The last thing that in the process, guys, for development process for gaming is polishing, is frame rate, is consistency, all that stuff. So the fact that they got it to a point where they were comfortable to show it to us like that, guys, it's going to look
amazing.
Crazy.
You guys can see our reaction. We posted our reaction
on the channel,
right?
Yes,
it's on TikTok. It's on it's also on YouTube, right? And we got the short for it too. Dude, you know what we think about it.
Yeah, you guys know
what we looks amazing. Like, it looks crazy. And everyone says it looks crazy.
Yeah.
Like, for the people that are also, like, maybe doing a little bit of nitpicking, they also say it's crazy. Yeah. So don't get me wrong on that. Everybody thinks this game looks amazing. But it's just kind of crazy to me that some people are kind of downplaying it, saying, oh, well, Bandai doesn't really care about it much. Bro, you guys don't understand. This is their baby.
Do you think it is people that are burned, that have been burned by Bandai and other experiences that they care about? For instance, let me just say this. What if you were a Naruto fan? And what if you also love Dragon Ball? And then you're like, you see what they did to your baby. You see Storm 4, and then you see Connections. And you're like, are they gonna do that to my Dragon Ball? Like, is it reasonable to say some of these people are just worried about Bandai and not Dragon Ball?
Yes, that makes sense. But there's also people that are just straight talking shit. Y'all need to shut up. Y'all just need to shut up with that, bro. Some guys, I read some comments, it looks like any other Dragon Ball game. I'm like, yo, name it. Yo, name it, bro. Name it. On God, name it. You can't.
Show me the receipts.
Bro,
They can't.
Dude, it's crazy.
No, people are talking out of their ass.
On a more positive note, the game looks stellar. The game looks stellar. The amount of love, I have not seen, Bandai be so responsive with an anime game. And they won't be. Why? Because like I said, this is their baby.
I feel like it really
The amount of love. Dude, you can do 1-to-1 comparisons on Tenkaichi 3 and Sparking Zero with their combos, with the moves. The moves look better. Like the special moves and stuff look way better. But they have the same combos.
I need to say this. Thank you, Spike.
Yes.
Can I just say this, Spike?
Thank you.
Jesus Christ, thank you. I don't know. You guys are on one. I'm pretty sure, and you gotta let me know if this is true. I think they actually lost a lot of data back in the day because this happened, guys. Like,
that was the rumor.
Not many people are very they don't really know about this too much, but especially in these old Japanese devs and Nintendo especially, like guys, like it happened back in the day where they just lost data. Like they're just like, we can never make this game again because we lost it on the NES. Yeah. Like we lost this data on the PS2.
And I don't even know if that was confirmed. Case,
but I know a lot of people were talking about that.
The game was gone for so long that everybody just ran with it.
Everyone was like, they must have lost the game.
There's no way that they're not making a sequel to the greatest anime game in existence. Ever made. They had to have lost the data.
There had to be a reason.
Had to. Yeah. But you know what I learned?
Yes.
You know what I learned? That after Dragon Ball Super ended, the project for Sparking Zero began. Really? Yes, dude.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So maybe they were waiting for Super.
They were waiting. They were, a game like this, you can't make out of the blue all willy fucking nilly, bro. You can't, though. You can't. You can't do it.
Bro. People don't understand.
The amount of love,
the
bro.
Patience.
The patience.
I respect that.
The time.
I respect that.
The creativity. Bro, they've been waiting for a new engine to make this game. They have been waiting
Unreal Engine 5 was a phenomenal choice, I have to say. Because the thing, and we talked about this prior, and a lot of you guys are going to definitely know what I mean, listeners, when you hear me say this, is Unreal Engine 5 definitely had the engine itself for some of these games that are developing on it definitely has like a stank. I have to say that. It has like, if you're not really using it in a creative way, like they kind of just all are homogenized and look the same, and you're like, what is this shit? And it's like, is this a new engine? Is this what everyone's excited about? Unreal Engine 5 when there's like zero creativity because people are just letting the engine kind of carry them. But when you see a dev use the engine like this, when you see remember that PlayStation 5?
Just thinking about Sparking Zero, bro, like the amount,
it's unbelievable.
They are utilizing Unreal Engine 5. It is.
Let me say this:
crazy.
I haven't seen the last time I saw a really good use of the engine like this, guys, is when we had the initial PlayStation 5 Unreal Engine 5 demo showcase.
I remember that with PlayStation,
with the woman in the desert.
Yeah, the woman in the desert walking through the cave, and then she was flying. And
it was instant with the SSD, right, and all that. So that is the last time I've really seen a game impress me with Unreal Engine 5. And it was hilarious because I kind of forgot that it was on Unreal when I was viewing the trailer initially. I was just like so hyped when I knew it was going to be Dragon Ball. I saw the Bandai.
It's crazy to think that we saw Unreal Engine 5 that long ago. That felt like forever
that long ago, man. So that's what's wild, right? But that's what's funny. I haven't seen a good use case for it since, right? So now that we're finally starting to get these Unreal games, I hope more of them are up to this bar. I really hope that these guys show you. Tenkaichi, guys, let me say this. Sparking Zero is going to be a game that will show you what Unreal Engine 5 is capable of. That is going to be it, right? And this game is going to be a phenomenal benchmark game in terms of fidelity and quality and just prowess. I think I'm super excited about it on multiple levels. We talk about we broke down the engine, remember, during the trailer, and just the things I was noticing with
the wind flying around them, the
pebble
dust,
effects,
dust
breaking, like, oh my goodness,
the effects, oh my days, like Goku turning Super Saiyan Blue at that end of that Rivals trailer, and the flame from the aura just spreading around them off the ground with the dust just breaking away. the different auras for each transformation, everything
really
breaking on contact, like it is
impressive.
so impressive, so immaculate, so goddamn beautiful.
And one thing I'm wondering is that if I'm really wondering if this game is going to utilize ray tracing in any really, really promising ways. I would love to see some ray tracing shadow effects. I would love to see maybe even if they just use the ray tracing from the sun. They didn't do full shadows or whatever, but they did like a real sun that is able to like show you real luminescence and all that stuff, and like true shadows. If they did that, something light like that,
that's just like the icing on the cake.
That would be the perfect icing on the cake.
And it's an anime game.
Exactly.
Like we don't even ask for that.
No,
bro.
you don't need that, right?
No, but the amount of love that this game gets, you guys don't understand. Storm's connections ain't shit.
Nope.
It ain't shit to us, and it ain't shit to them.
Yep.
Trust me.
Thank you, bro.
It's really not.
It's really not.
It's just a game where they're like, okay, well, they've been crying about it. Let's just, do you want to do it? Not really, but let's just copy and paste, and then we'll put DLC. At least we get paid for it, right? At least we're getting paid.
You're gonna change them in mechanics? You know what? We'll take out tilts. People were getting a little, half of them couldn't even use them. They didn't even know how to use them. We're gonna take out tilts.
Cares. Yo, Storm Connections is almost as dead as Demon Slayer.
What was it? 200 players on Steam charts, and again, that's not a great reference because we know most people play anime games on PlayStation. But again, guys, for the love of God, the fact that JJK had 3,000 and Storm Connections was at 200 on Steam charts, does that not say anything to you guys?
That is crazy. Considering JJK is trash. Okay, no, it's trash.
Well, you know what?
Stand by. It's not good.
We got to continue the podcast. This is the way of the road, guys. So this is a phenomenal point for us to transition into JJK.
Yep. But let me just say, man.
On the tail end here.
Just remember, Sparking Zero's their baby. The love is incredible. I appreciate you so much, Bandai, for taking in the feedback.
Yep.
For really like listening to us and for making it perfectly clear that you are taking your time with this game. They said it might come out end of 2024 or 2025. And I'm perfectly fine with that because when you're looking at the roster, right? And the roster is another thing. People are worried about what's going to be DLC or not. I'll give my little take on that because I feel like it's obvious to an extent.
Yeah.
You're going to get your Dragon Ball Z characters. You're going to get your Dragon Ball Super characters because they are the most relevant, especially Super.
Yep.
You're going to get a lot of those slots are going to be Dragon Ball Super. Make no mistake about that. And that's what it needs to be. That makes perfect sense. It's going to be great. There are so many characters that are important and not important, but are super interesting, have cool powers. In the in the Tournament of Power, especially.
I would love Tournament of Power characters, dude.
Exactly.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought
a lot of them are gonna be there, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And you have to because when it comes to the story of Sparking Zero and Tenkaichi, they love to get you to play as many battles from the anime and the movie as possible, right? So they're gonna be there. GT, we're gonna see Goku Super Saiyan 4. We're gonna see Vegeta Super Saiyan 4. Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, he should be in the game at base. Those three, at least, along with maybe Omega Shenron. And it's crazy that I'm saying maybe for Omega, for Baby, for Sin Shenron, Sin and Omega, both his forms, and also Ice and Nova. It's crazy for me to say maybe.
They're not as relevant.
But they're not as relevant. They are still loved. Don't get me wrong. They're still relevant to us, the Dragon Ball fans. Of course. But in terms of just the times, right?
Yeah.
They will be there. They'll get their love. But it's a space game. We don't know. Super Saiyan 4 Goku Vegeta? Of course.
What do you
Gogeta?
think?
Please, God. Please.
So I do think what people don't understand about this is that a lot of these games they don't take from the manga, as you know. Right? They don't, and that's unfortunate. But it's the way of the road. And
the JoJo game does.
They're
Dragon
the
Ball
only outlier, and One Piece has never, which is so annoying to me because the manga's always so much further.
Where's
ahead.
Burning Blood 2?
I will kill you guys. Give us Burning Blood 2. Come on, we've been waiting.
But
yeah, man. I think it's tough. It's a tough case. Yeah.
So don't expect
don't
Master
expect too
Super
much.
Saiyan Blue.
Don't expect too much.
Don't expect Ultra Ego.
No.
Don't expect
any Moro guys.
Don't expect
no
Moro,
granola.
It's the gas. It would be great, but it's not happening.
Do you think do you think this would incentivize them, like this game releasing? Do you think it would incentivize them to put in Daima characters? Do you think, since it's so relevant? I think
everyone thinks that.
I think Daima is a sure fit for this game.
It's going to be relevant as hell. Yeah. And another thing about Daima, it looks amazing.
It looks
amazing. I had so much nostalgia looking at Kid Goku. It was crazy. With the power pole and him stuffing his face and fighting the bottom level characters and stuff. It was crazy. You're not going to have all the little Kid Goku shenanigans, like him patting people down and whatnot to verify who you are, right? That is wild. But, I believe
that he used to do that.
I believe it's adult Goku turned as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if his mind is reverted as a child as well. We'll see their take on it because there's no audio or anything.
I mean, is his mind always a child? You can't tell audio-only listeners, but we're pointing to this picture of Goku breathing in his jacket from the Broly movies.
Goku from Z is a normal guy. Goku from Super is a dumbass.
So weird.
And Goku from GT is so mature.
He's literally a Giga Chad. Yeah. And then you got Goku from Super, who is a lovable idiot. And then he, oh my gosh, I don't get what they did.
I don't know what they're doing.
But also, Super Goku in the manga, GOAT. Gives me Super Saiyan 4 vibes.
Goku from the manga is a demon. Super child. He doesn't talk like a child. Here's the thing. He talks with purpose. He is like the in-between of Dragon Ball Z Goku and GT Goku.
It's like a perfect balance from the manga. They did it.
Why didn't they do that in the anime? Well, because,
Totally didn't like that.
when you're stupid, you're fun, right? So, I don't know, maybe that's the way to think. The more stupid he is, the more fun he'll be, and kids love stupid, right?
The only smart thing I've seen Goku do in Super on the anime side, the only smart thing he did was that he resurrected himself after Hit killed him. That was the only cool. That was so spoilers. Sorry, guys. Sorry for spoilers.
And that's because you can't take away Goku's battle sense. Right?
Exactly.
He's a genius.
Exactly. But that was really cool.
Yeah, but him having basic conversation, him saying,
goofball.
"Oh, Trunks, you put your lips on her lips." What is that? Even Vegeta's bro, you're not that dumb in this anime. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? You don't kiss your wife? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? And he's like, you have children. He's like, yeah, but what does that have to do with kissing? I'm like, yo, y'all are wild in your house. Yo, Chi-Chi wild,
Goku's
bro.
only fucking.
Yo.
He's only balls for nothing.
Yo. Okay, yes. Okay. Whoa. Episode 1 is wild. But all right, that's our Dragon Ball talk for there.
That is our Dragon Ball talk.
Can't wait for Spark.
We're gonna we already touched on it a little bit light, and this is going to be. We just gotta talk about it a little bit here because we're both exhausted about this because we know the state of the game. Let's just rinse over JJK real quick. I'll give my piece on it because I know you haven't played the game. You've seen a lot about the game, and you probably won't. Fair.
You know why I won't?
Why?
Because Afro told me not to waste my money.
Literally, he said, "Watch me.
Yeah, just watch me. Don't waste your money. Watch me." And you know what, Afro? That is the best fucking advice you've ever given me, bro.
Oh my god.
Because that game is ass.
Guys, playing it, so just for first impressions, I have about 4 hours in the game. 4 painful hours, I would say, argue. Maybe 6.
And you're playing by yourself.
Yeah.
That's why it's so painful.
Just, I would never play PvP in this game. The netcode is apparently abysmal, even though it's supposed to be good.
But you gotta try it.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately. But what I do like about all these anime games, whenever I do play anime games, guys, for reference, I am the single player guy. I'm like I bought all the Storm. I was good at PvP, and I can kick a lot of ass for sure. You do split screen and anything like that.
That's the one game you beat my ass, man.
It's the way of the road, right? But funnily enough, I still, no matter how good I am, I still like to play those games as single player. I don't know if it's because it's how I grew up playing them. When I didn't play online back in the day. I wasn't good as a kid.
Right? Back in the day when you played anime games,
you create your story.
You created your own story,
but the characters.
Dude, I would have a notebook, and I would write down who's fighting who's losing to who, right? And how I had a whole story. I could have made my own comic the way I played this shit.
Yeah, dude. And imagine if we had cameras back then, right?
Oh man, imagine if I made content back then.
Granted, we were lucky to have a TV, so it's fair.
It's so good, man. It's gonna be the same with Sparking Zero, but yeah.
But yeah, guys, JJK. So maybe about painful 6 hours. It has what I would like to say, I was telling Ross this. It does have a lot of wasted potential. It animations stripped right from the anime. They did a great job at just really just doing things super cleanly, right? Like everyone does everything with purpose. The characters really are true to the characters in the animation, which is what I love to see. Yeah. The issue is when you get your hands on the game, it really, first off and foremost, if this is in 1v1s, this might be the worst anime game I've ever played. And in and in 2v2s, yeah, guys, literally. And worse than the first My Hero, by the way. Yeah, that bad. So that bad. Okay. Yeah, it's just, I can't believe it, right? 1v1s, the game's not made for it. They should not even allow you to play 1v1. And in 2v2s, it's a little chaotic. It does feel like there's something there. That's the funny thing, right?
Because you have enough to distract you. Enough,
yeah, there's just enough there, right? But then when you get down to the nitty gritty, the actual gameplay itself, there's like, on paper, they had all these really cool systems. I like how the systems even work. But when you're playing the game, it just doesn't feel good. It's so sad to say that, because if another game made this, even if it was Cryware, Spike, doesn't matter, the guys who made Jump Force, right? Even if it was any other team, guys, with this foundation and these systems, I would be eating this game up.
It could be better.
It could be so much better. And every character feels so unique that this is how you do it, by the way. This is how you do it. If you're going to drop a small roster, that's how you make characters. Every character in JJK Curse Clash is so unique. They play all differently. It's so cool.
Yeah, and they stay true
they're all true to the character,
yeah.
Right? And it's like, they feel like they don't mind if they weren't going for balance. They were going for characters. Gojo has infinity, guys. They were going for characters, right? The way that they implement those systems, I really like. Yeah. The only issue with this game, guys, the only issue is that it's just the gameplay. And that's the sad thing. It's like such wasted potential, man.
And the gameplay
they got all these, it is. They got all these systems, right? They got all these cool ways to go about implementing it and working around the characters and everything. And they just flopped on the execution. I can't believe how bad it feels. It feels worse than those Jump Stars games on PSP and PSV. It feels
like J-Stars?
J-Stars. It feels worse than J-Stars.
And J-Stars
was
way
tight.
more grounded.
It was jank and tight,
yeah.
but you liked it because everyone was there. Yep. And even then, J-Stars feels better. So it's sad to say that, guys. It is genuinely sad to say that, like, they just could not get this game. And might I add, did they just throw playtesting out the window? Who tested it? Who played this game and thought that this was okay? Who for $79? Like, they're wondering why it's not printing paper.
$79.
It's not even selling that good, too. You get the casual that'll buy it on PlayStation and he can't get a refund because it's Sony. But Xbox allows refunds, Steam allows refunds, and I can bet your ass everyone that's bought this game is refunding it. Like, it is
not on PlayStation.
Nope, not on PlayStation.
If you download that game, you are screwed. You don't even have to open that bitch.
No, you're done. You're
screwed.
They did that to me with Spider-Man when I bought the wrong version. You know? So that's JJK, guys. I don't have much more to say about it. It's just I keep telling Curse Mark, I'm going to play it more. I'm going to try and give this thing a chance. It's just, you shouldn't have to do that with a game. And there should be a breaking point where it's like, okay, where's the threshold, right? Yeah. Like every game has a threshold. Starfield's, I feel like, might be like, it's a little deep, but like once you get 5-6 hours in, it's like, this is getting pretty good.
Once you start getting your powers and stuff.
Exactly.
And
every game has a threshold, right? But JJK, guys, I like what Globeku said. Shout out to Globeku. The thing with the combat is, and all these characters feeling really unique, is that I did get a similar experience to a Street Fighter, wherein if you just go to free battle and you didn't look up your moves or anything, you're done. You're going to think this game feels garbage. You're going to think it plays garbage because you can't do anything, right? But the issue is with Street Fighter, even if you do that, the game still feels good. You're like, I'm not pulling off cool moves like it's advertised because I don't know my mechanics and all that stuff.
But the game feels
good. JJK does not feel, and now that I know how to play the game too and navigate around it, and I'm like, okay, like this is what you should be doing. I'm good at the game. It's just not a good game, guys. That's the sad thing, right? Man. It's just not a good game. So that's really, unfortunately, all I have to say about it for now. We might have a pickup on it next week. In next week's show, I might have 2 cents to say about it, but if I'm not playing it by next week, guys, then don't be surprised.
No, I'll watch Afro play it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's it, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to say more, but the game is a failure. It's a failure. It's a shame how floaty it is.
Super floaty, and not even if they extracted the floatiness, there's systems in there, combat systems in there that whoever made that decision, it's blowing my mind.
The game, from what people tell me, the game is made for JoJo and Sukuna. JoJo more specifically.
Gojo,
like if you're playing Gojo, you can't lose. If you're playing Sukuna, you
feel like you can't lose. Yeah, the game. It's hilarious because when you play any other character other than them, it's like, were these characters meant to be in this game? Like when you play Gojo, you're like, oh wow, like the game kind of hits sometimes. Like it kind of hits, and I'm like, even when I'm Sukuna, I'm like, am I having fun?
Oh.
Am I having fun? It kind of hit, but then any other character, I've tried them all, and I've learned their systems, right? I've probably spent like at least 30 to 40 minutes with each character, but that's the thing, guys. Like it's just
the game is centered around them.
It feels like they really did center the game around Gojo and Sukuna.
Even
yeah.
What's his name? The main protagonist, Itadori.
Yeah, Yuji.
Yuji
doesn't even feel good.
He's the main character, and he feels like a side character.
He feels like a side character.
That's what I see
He does
in the
not
comments. It's crazy. How are you gonna make the main character a side character?
No, it's a Gojo show. It's a Gojo show. Even I do see comments like that. People are like, "I'm having fun with Gojo." That's the only thing I see. So of course you're gonna have fun with Gojo. He feels great.
I mean,
the game might have been made for him.
It was maybe that was the first character
Maybe that's
they
the
made.
first character.
And then they centered everything around him, and then they threw everyone else in like,
they're
okay,
like,
well, good luck.
Well, it felt good. It felt good last year when we were play testing with Gojo. Like, that's the last time they played the game.
Yeah,
like,
that's a shame.
And then they're like, it's good enough. Put it out, because they'll buy it for $79.99. Crazy, bro. It is crazy. And yes, guys, in Canada, games are $79.99. Sorry for the misconception.
$79.99.
Canadian.
$89.99 if it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and if it has Unreal Engine 5, it's $93.34 before taxes.
Yeah, they started doing that, right?
$93.34. You know what that comes up to? $103 fucking dollars. I just bought Tekken. Worth it.
$100, it's crazy. Yep. But you gotta pick your games.
You gotta pick your games now, man.
Now that's a great segue to picking your games, because one of our last topics for the show this week, guys, before we get into what we're playing and some things that we're looking forward to in the future for gaming on the Scape right now, one of our last topics today is the drama going on with Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. It is time. It is time. This is our biggest story today. So we're gonna break this down a little bit.
People are happy with the game, and some people are just pissed.
Oh yeah,
like just pissed off. Like, and you guys can tell us, because this will be great. I really want to talk to you guys, and for you guys to tell us
how you feel about
the game. I see multiple things. I see people posting stuff with the shark. Okay, well, first of all, spoiler alert. I'll give you 5 seconds, because
big spoilers.
I'm gonna be talking about
big
some
spoiler
things,
alert, guys.
right?
Okay, big spoiler alert.
5, 4. Okay, you're done. I see people talking about, the shark guy putting on the ring, and then he gets the Green Lantern powers, and people are like, "Oh, this doesn't make any sense," right? But it's really fun, and really cool.
I saw the scene. It was so cool.
So, and then I see people that are just like, "Oh, this game is woke. This game, they're trying to push a narrative. What did they do to the Joker? What did they do to Lex Luthor? They're like, they wouldn't say these things. They don't have these kind of personalities. Oh, you killed off Batman," and then there's people defending Batman, or Kevin Conroy saying, "Hey, he signed off on it, man. Like, he knew about this stuff, man." And then there's other people like, "Well, fuck that shit," because if he was still here, maybe he would say something. But like,
it's like you can't speak for the man.
People, those R.I.P. You cannot speak for Batman.
Those people are. Let me just say this, guys, and Kurtzmark and I had a little bit of a light talk about this prior to the show, and the one thing that just got me so upset is that some of the arguments that people, like the foundation around their arguments, that where they're going from, is so nonsensical and so ignorant and so stupid and so unhealthy for the industry. The fact that you can pretend like you know what this dead man wanted to do. You know what he thought about the project. You think that he didn't like it. You think all of this, right? But we have direct verbiage and quotes of him saying how excited he was for the twist on the character, how excited he was for all these other things. And you have the audacity to have a shitty argument like that and bring it to the table. I smack that shit out way. Don't bring that to my door. Don't bring that to my door. I smack that out the door because it's a joke. It's an actual joke.
When it comes to the comments,
a grade 4
people trying to speak for
it's a joke.
A man that has passed. Yeah,
10-year-olds would kill most of you in debate class because it's nonsensical argumentation half the time. It's like, really, you're gonna pull that out your wahoo? Give me something real. Give me nothing. You can argue from emotion even. That would be better than this BS because you don't know what Kevin thought. None of us do. So get over it. Give me a better argument. That's how I feel.
And that argument is just the story itself.
Yeah.
And how you feel like Suicide Squad essentially ended Batman. And that's a whole different discussion. How you feel about it. Right? We can always talk about how you feel about it, but you can't speak for someone else. Right?
Yeah.
And this is from what I hear from these devs, this is what they wanted to do. This is their universe. And, you guys have the right to be mad about it. You got the right to love it, right? And we can talk about it. Let's talk about how we feel about it. I have not played this game. I have watched clips. I am not buying this game. I am informed on this game and the decisions that they made story-wise. I understand the upset, okay? As a DC fan, as an Arkham fan... I understand the upset. People, from what I hear, are not necessarily sad that Batman died. Okay? They're not. It is expected. It is in the title. From what I hear, people feel that the way Batman died was unsatisfactory, for a better term. People were unsatisfied with the way he died. They felt like the way he died, it was kind of disrespectful, or however you want to take it. Batman wouldn't go out like that or whatever. But guys, come on. If you're a DC fan, you know that if Brainiac gets his hands on you, you're done.
You're dead.
You're done.
And
okay, you're his slave. They did it in Injustice 2.
Yep.
In the alternate ending, you could pick what ending you wanted, right? Superman was done. And if you wanted Batman to be done, that ending was crazy too. He got Batman.
Yep.
So
I just need to say this right now. The thing that's making me laugh so hard about half of these nonsensical arguments is that, so none of you know how comics work, clearly, because you don't know that they're already dead. They're actually corpses. So what are you miserable about? The fact that Brainiac killed them off screen? Because you're killing a corpse. They're not alive. He's dead already, guys. You know how Brainiac works? No, you don't. Because none of you you're just pretending to be a comic book fan. So that's the funny thing. Like, you're killing corpses and people are losing their minds. It's like, really? You're gonna really? So I get it, but for me, a lot of it's fluff because it's coming from, the argumentation's so poor. It has no structure. It has nothing sound about it. Everything is just all emotional, and I can pick it apart and say, okay, what's really wrong? I understand you can have an emotional argument, and that's fair. And especially it's fair if it's a character you like and care about. Yeah. But when there's so much emotion that it's giving them brain fog. Like, they can't, the fact that a guy who will read comics casually, and I know a little bit about comics, but the fact that I knew that, I'm like, they're all corpses. It's Brainiac. They're all dead already. Do people not realize that? That Brainiac killed them off screen and you're fighting the corpses. The only one who's alive, guys, is Wonder Woman. She's the only one who's really alive right now. Like, figure it out. So for me, there's so many, it became, as you know, we talked about, it just became exhausting because there were so many just poor arguments about it. And that happens when you have such a, prevalent IP, you have such a beloved characters, right? But holy shit, everyone's acting like it's still a sickie with how much they're losing their minds, right?
I know.
It's outlandish.
It's like, I get it. I get the sad. Trust me, I felt a little type of way about it too when I watched it, but not in not in the boycott the game type of way. Not like the boycott way. I was just thinking about it from like a DC perspective. Yeah. I'm like, what could have Batman done, or like what could they have done to make his death have more meaning, and it's not a big deal. It's something I thought about. Of course, I'm a fan, right? And I nerd out about these things. But it's nothing to really rage over. And let's be honest. You know, the game's doing good from what we see.
Oh, don't tell people that. They're gonna get upset. Don't tell people that.
I know.
Overwhelmingly positive on Steam. 4.6 stars on Xbox. 4.5 stars on PlayStation. Don't tell people that. People are enjoying the game. Oh, God forbid.
Oh, God forbid. And listen, guys. Listen, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I do not like games that try to push a narrative. There are things that are very valid, okay?
100%. And we're not taking away those criticisms, guys.
The whole thing with the Joker, I did not like how they tried to portray the Joker, how they were talking about how they were portraying the Joker.
Horrible.
It just
Washed.
No.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at Keith Ledger and his Joker, right? It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. A guy like that does not have insecurity and he's trying to find himself. I'm like, okay, yes, it's not the same Joker. And that's where I just draw the line and say it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not Keith.
That's why
It's
I don't
not
get
Keith.
it.
It's not Joker from the 90s. It's not Joker from the cartoon adaptation. It's just another Joker, okay? No one likes, first of all, it makes sense because the Joker from Suicide Squad, I don't like him. And then they make a Suicide Squad Joker, and I don't particularly like him. From what I hear, and that's just how it is, guys. There's different versions of these characters. There's a multiverse, right? Yep. And they're not all one for one, right? You gotta give these devs some breathing room, okay? Yeah. To explore, to be creative, because if you read comics, chances are you're not hating on this game. Let's just be honest. It's the casual that's hating on this game. The super casual that's like, Batman would never die. He would never die. Batman's been murked.
You know what it is?
You know what it is?
We talked about this. It's the guy who thinks Christian Bale Batman is the canon. It's the guy who thinks there's no comics and it's just Christian Bale. It's that guy. That guy is livid right now. He's like, I just bought this game. Where's Batman? Suicide Squad. I thought you could play as Batman right when I boot up the disc. It says Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Yeah. Come on, Jerry. I'm sorry if your name's Jerry out there and I'm blowing you up right now and maybe
he is getting heated.
But holy crap, guys!
I get it. I sympathize with both sides for different reasons. Now, and I'll say it again, guys. Okay, let the steam come out of your ears if you're one of those people. But the game, from what I see with the numbers, and you could throw the argument at me in my face saying, "Oh, well, they're messing with the numbers. It's not real. It's not real." Everything you see, they just made it up. Okay. Sure. Just for argument's sake, I'll say sure. Sure, it could be. Sure. I don't fucking know. But from what I see, the game is doing good, man. It's doing all right.
People are playing it and people are having fun.
It has high numbers. I see people saying it's fun. I see people making a lot of shorts about the game. So, it's okay, guys. It's okay. You
don't have to boycott the game. Just give your opinion.
And you don't gotta play it.
And you don't gotta play it.
And I'm sorry if you bought it and you were disappointed and you didn't read the title properly and thought the Suicide Squad wasn't gonna kill the Justice League. Okay? That's where I'm gonna kind of throw it in your face a bit. Because it's like, come on, bro. Don't be mad, bro.
It's in
okay.
the title.
It's okay.
It's in the title. People genuinely thought. No, listen to me right now. There were a lot of casuals out there that genuinely thought, and if this is you, I'm sorry, okay? But that they actually thought they would come unscathed. They're like, no, the protagonists are gonna die. The Suicide Squad's gonna die. It's like, do you understand what this game is?
I know everyone's waiting. Everyone's waiting for that. I forget her name, but that black lady that has the button.
Waller. Everyone's waiting for Waller.
Blow their heads off. Everyone got to call her, and she's just there like.
Everyone's like, don't worry. Eventually, Waller's gonna press the button, and I'm gonna be able to play as Batman.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not a Batman game.
The cope is crazy.
Wild.
It's crazy.
So I get the arguments, though. I do, and I'm glad we talked about it, guys. We wanted to talk about it this week, especially because we both have such different polarizing opinions on it. I am more of the case of I completely understand. I understand people's frustrations. But I don't care, and I don't care because it's similar to how people interact with the Star Wars medium. There's a lot of people that just pick and choose their canons.
Okay. Yeah,
you know, it's very, and it's like, oh yeah, what, episode 1, 2, and 3? Oh, that was what you were born around then, right? Well, that's not real, kid. You got to watch 4, 5, and 6. That's the only real Star Wars. That's what I got taught as a kid, guys. Okay, and people pick and choose their canons for these big IPs.
But
and
I'll
these big
say,
things
if
we
you
love,
think
right?
7, 8, and 9 are canon, you need to touch grass, bro. You need to touch grass. You need to touch some grass.
Poor Luke.
7, 8, and 9.
Look what they did to my boy Luke.
7's not bad. We're not gonna veer off.
7's great.
Star Wars is my one love.
7 was lit.
It was good.
It was actually.
It was a good build-up.
It was good because they copied 4.
It was an introduction to all the characters.
Come on.
And yeah,
They did copy 4, but
it
was clean.
Ford wanted to die. He You ever see him? You ever see Ford? You know, they give him the freaking the Millennium Falcon on that one interview. He's like, "Oh, you got a Millennium Falcon for me?" He's like, "Oh shit!" Throws it over his head and shatters into a million pieces. Listen,
Poor Harrison.
Han,
Poor Harrison.
I wasn't mad when Han died. I was like, as a fan, I was crushed. I was crushed.
Yeah.
But I was like,
in
oh,
it.
this is good. This is good.
It felt good.
This is what Kylo needed.
Yes.
This is what Kylo needed. Right? And I wanted Kylo to be bad, bro. I wanted Kylo to be bad. And then you got Rian Johnson just being like, yeah, take your shirt off and fuck the plot. Anyways, we're not talking about this. We'll talk about Star Wars another time because I will lose it. But
Yo, Kylo's a snack though.
Yeah, it's
Kylo is a snack. I love that. Adam Driver, folks. Let's just talk about Adam Driver for a moment.
No, we're done with this. We're done with this. It will never end. It will never end.
Yeah, we can't start. Once we get on Star Wars, we'll be gone. This will be a 5-hour
It'll be a
podcast.
we'll have to create a whole nother channel for that. Like, holy. But Suicide Squad, it's okay, guys.
It is okay.
And for the minority that is freaking out, hey, just don't play the game and hope that they put out another DC game in another universe, and you'll get what you want, right? And you can't always get what you want, so just deal with it, right? It's okay. It's
okay, guys. It's okay.
So let's talk about, now that we got all that crazy stuff out of the way, because people, they are heated about a lot of things. Let's dial it down
A little bit. Just a little bit.
and talk about what we're playing right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, as you guys heard me say before, I bought Tekken. I have yet to play this game. I uploaded a video of me playing the demo.
Oh, that was the demo.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay, so they let you really do that much in a demo?
Oh yeah,
That's so cool.
And I only played the ghost battles because I didn't want to be spoiled on the story or anything.
So you get the story in the demo?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I might have to download
Oh
this
yeah.
demo.
I couldn't watch Maximilian Dude. Another shout out. Maximilian
Max
Dude.
is the goat. I love
Max.
Max.
Is the goat.
I love
Oh,
Max, bro.
is the
Max
goat.
is so good.
Yes,
Man
sir.
right there. Good
but
man.
I couldn't watch him. I could not watch Max because he is just popping off, giving us all the content.
True,
and I
true.
just
Yeah.
and I wanted to make
You wanna
content
get it for
myself.
yourself,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
yes.
Good man.
So I haven't played it offline. Guys, it's coming out. I'm going to be playing the story mode first. I'm going to see my boy Jin finally take out the bad daddy, Kazuya, So
The story trailer looked sick.
It looks
and you know me, I don't even play Tekken games. And I was like, what's going on? I'm texting you right away. I'm like, what's going on in this story trailer?
looks
why does this look like a movie?
there are so many characters I want to play, and I am like, you guys can see in my video when I play my ghost battles. It's the ghost battles from the Tekken demo. I made the video before I even considered content creation. I literally booted it up and I'm like, you know what? It's Tekken. I'm like, I'm just gonna record. I'm not uploading anything. I'm not a content creator, because I'm constantly doubting myself and constantly making excuses why I can't make content, even though now I have a full-time job and benefits and I come home and game anyway. So it's like, well,
might as well.
Yeah. So I hit that button and I am so in love with Tekken.
Nice.
Tekken 8's bar to 7 in terms of gameplay is insanely high. The gap is huge. Customization, from what I've heard from Max, it's not as in depth as the predecessors.
Pretty light,
right?
kind of like Soul Calibur.
It is light. It still looks cool. I've seen people make cool stuff, but it's light. If you were to compare it to the other games, it's light. But
maybe it's less than Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur needs an upgrade. But anyways,
It does.
It's it's good. It's not bad. You get to play around. But man, that gameplay. Oh man, that gameplay. Like holy hell. Like
really?
in the AI system, the ghost battles,
AI.
insane, man. So I'm gonna be making content on that. And this man is rolling. What are you doing?
Guys,
Just leave that shit.
I had to crack the window a bit, guys. I was dying.
So, well, you're wearing a sweater. Episode 1, guys. Episode 1.
Chaos.
The game's good, bro. The game is
Yeah.
good. The game is clean.
Yeah.
I can't wait to make the content for it because honestly, the story is gonna be amazing. The gameplay
Do you know if it's next gen only?
It is.
It looks
it's next gen
truly
only.
like a next gen
It's
only.
Unreal
game.
Engine 5.
It looks phenomenal. See, that's a clean utilization of the engine right there.
Oh,
Okay, then I didn't know that it was Unreal Engine 5.
man.
That's another game that I'll have to note down that's doing it well. That is
buddy,
doing it really well.
It's doing it crazy.
Wow. Good for them, man. Good for
So
them.
I'm gonna make a bunch of content on that. I booted up, the AI battles, so you can check that out, guys. Check out the gameplay, please. It's nice. It's great.
Nice.
Audio is I got spikes in there. I'm gonna have to buy a mic. Or just check my levels before I start recording. But I'm gonna be getting an actual mic to connect to my PlayStation. Sorry you can't see my, handsome face when I play on PlayStation. But I don't got that PlayStation Eye or camera or whatever they call
Dedicated
it. Dedicated
hardware. They can't let you plug in anything.
Dedicated anything,
right?
PlayStation.
Right? They're not allowed plugging in anything, right?
But yeah, that's one game I'm playing. Tekken 8. I'm always playing Power World as well.
Okay, nice.
Power World grind is real. We're not going to talk about the drama behind Power World because honestly, it's nonsense.
It's nonsense. And that would have been a whole nother news segment, guys.
The only thing I could say about the whole Power World and the whole, the way they may or may not have gone about it in making the game is that things change. Times change. The way video games are being made will change. It won't stay the same. And you just have to go with the times, man. It's there's gonna be a lot of pushback, but the thing is the truth is, and I've said this, and I believe I said this, I've commented this, and the fact remains that if Nintendo can't shut down Power World, it's only gonna build the momentum on how these games are made.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at Power World and be like, well, that was really cost effective.
What line is too far?
And what line is too far, right? But that line gets blurred when it becomes the norm.
Yeah.
It becomes the norm, and and then eventually people won't even talk about it. People aren't even talking about it now. People are over it.
Yeah, they're just
as far
playing
as I
Power
know,
World. It's like
people are just playing
It was
Power
absurd.
World.
I looked randomly the other day. It was concurrent 860,000 on Steam.
I
It
think
was
they
absurd.
sold 19 million copies or
That's
some
Steam
shit.
only.
No.
But I mean
it was
for the login, the daily login. That was Steam only, and they were concurrent players 800,000 on Steam were playing at that one moment. It was absurd. It was just a random day. I just booted up the Steam charts.
It is so
Stupid.
fun.
Think about how many people are playing that game on Game Pass. It is eating right now.
I didn't have to. I paid for it through Game Pass, but I did not feel that in my wallet.
God,
it
no.
was just there, and I was like, I can't believe
Thank you, Phil.
that I am technically playing this game
you,
for
Phil.
free. Right?
Daddy Phil right there.
Yep. That is a bag
His
right
job.
there.
That's a bag.
That's
a
a
bag and a
bag.
half.
And now Xbox is saying how they're helping them.
Yeah.
Right? They're gonna get it stable. They're gonna get the updates out. They're
I
gonna
wonder
get
if
the
they would help them with
crossplay.
some. Well, I guess if they're going to be doing
they're throwing
crossplay,
some money
Xbox
at
is
it.
definitely going to throw some money
they're
at the
throwing
servers.
some money at it.
Yes, I think they could.
Oh, they're throwing some money at it.
Good.
You know why? Because that's just going to be a timed exclusive for a long while. Yo, I saw some heads at PlayStation on Twitter trying to chat up some Power World. They want it.
Fucking
port
beggars! You goddamn port beggars!
Oh man. And Xbox fans are going off. I thought you liked your exclusives. Oh, you port beggar. You fucking port beggar. Oh, now all of a sudden exclusives don't matter? Yeah, go fuck yourself.
I love it because we are
God.
so we've said this multiple times, guys, but we're so agnostic. So when you look at it and you have the outside view and you're like you're seeing the argument. Port beggar is easily one of the funniest things I have ever heard in my life.
And honestly, if this was like 10 years ago, and I was like, 20, and I only had my PlayStation. Let me tell you guys right now, I'm a PlayStation diehard fan.
Yeah.
Like, like not like I'm like, I'm gonna go and riot for them or like, anything like that, get super emotional on decisions they make, depending if it's screwing me over or not.
Literally.
Like actually screwing me over, not emotionally screwing me over, but actually like I feel like I'm being cheated. Like when I bought Spider-Man and all of a sudden they threw it in the PlayStation collection. Anyways, and they take it out when Spider-Man 2 comes out. Anyways, so if you told me, if you called me a port beggar 10 years ago, I'd be like, fuck you.
You're
man.
getting a kick in the teeth.
Yeah,
like that's like real console war.
I don't like you, Xbox fan, and it's so great to see.
It's so
I love
funny.
to see people are like kind of like some people are like, oh, like what's the point of like console wars and it's so stupid and we should all benefit. Of course, we should all benefit from video games. And every game, if it was on every platform, that would be great.
Amazing. Mm-hmm.
But it's not the case.
Nope.
And I have fun with this shit.
Same.
And I love seeing Xbox players shit on PlayStation players and PlayStation players shit on Xbox players because that's what we did as kids. It's just fun, bro.
When you get older, eventually you get
like,
everything or you don't care.
It's just like sports.
Yeah, it's exactly
just like sports. You got guys from Toronto and you got guys from Boston. Do you think that's going to be a civil conversation? But dude, guys on the outside are like, dude, it's just sports, man. It's just sports. You're not even playing the sport.
You're not even playing.
You're not even playing the sport. It's just for fun, man. Like, just enjoy it. And they're like, no, it's more than that. It's life.
Yeah,
honestly. If they lose, I lose. If they win, I win. You don't understand. You don't know what you're talking about. Casual. Like, yo.
Like all these hardcores have fiduciary agreements with PlayStation.
It's everywhere, man. Console wars are everywhere in their own way, man. It's just fun to see. God, port beggars. That is
the funniest.
Crazy.
When I heard that, I was crying of laughter. Like the first time I ever heard it, I was like, no way. It just brought me to tears because it was almost like it was just everything I wish that we had back then. I'm like, if people were this creative with like chirping people back then, like during the PS3 and Xbox 360, like there were some creative things for sure. It was like, yeah, you got to pay for online. How's that feel? It was like, yeah, okay, well,
there was a lot. I remember talking so much smack. Shit to
remember
Xbox
the 720p losers? Yeah. 720p, bro. Xbox 8.
I'm like, oh yeah, you guys got to pay for online,
and your games look like trash.
Yeah, suckers. You guys are some suckers, bro. Yo, we got Infamous. Yo, we got Killzone. We got freaking Ratchet and Clank. But then you guys, you don't have to pay for shit.
But then you try to party chat on PlayStation, and the room gets quiet, and the room just gets real quiet.
And if you're a PlayStation fan that grew up like with the generations from at least like 2 to 3, right, and you actually lived from start to finish with 3. And you're trying to tell me you didn't have envy for Xbox players having their party chat? Yeah, we didn't talk about it. But we were envious.
I remember when we first got an Xbox in the house. And it was a few years into the cycle of it's funny that we reversed it since Xbox launched first and tried to leapfrog PlayStation back then. But we actually got a PS3 on release. I remember that. And then we got an Xbox a few years later, maybe 3 years later into it. And I remember vividly, like, when I would first boot up the party chat, my buddy sent me a voice message, and I was like, "This is cool." Yeah. And the thing is, you could do voice messages on PlayStation. It's just, as most of us know, the UI for the PS3 was so bare bones. It worked. Bad. It worked really well, but it was so like, oh my god, just get to point A to point B, and then everything was hidden, like submenus to submenus. My goodness.
It was almost like going to a PC.
It was.
You click one thing and it go to another thing, and then you click on one thing and go to another thing.
The tabs were like tabs on tabs on tabs. Oh my land! I was super jealous of the X. Like when I would get off the 360, and I remember because our other brother would always kick me off the 360 because he wanted to play another game. I'd go back on the PS3, I'd be like, can't talk to my friends right now, right? And like you feel it, you felt that, guy. Yep. So the console war, like we love them because when you're older, like I said, you stop caring as much, or you realize you understand what it is. Like you're like, this is just sporting, right?
Yeah, it's sporting.
It's just sporting. Or when you get older, you have everything, so then you really don't care. Yeah. Like you really don't care. You're in all ecosystems, or you respect each ecosystem. But
and you can be like me, where you have I got the PlayStation, I got an Xbox, I got my Xbox a few years ago, recently, right? It was crazy when I got my Xbox. I felt like I was walking both worlds. I felt unstoppable. I felt like Bo-Katan from Mandalorian. I was like, you can take your helmet off and no discrimination, man. Like you can live it both. I had both controllers in my hand, like, oh, I got the power. And then, I got the Switch and I got the Steam Deck, which the Steam Deck, I will say, and I say it a lot, is like one of my best purchases. It is one of the best purchases I have ever made. It is so good, right? And, I play my Xbox games on there, run immaculate. I run GeForce on there, runs immaculate.
Nice.
PlayStation games, I can run everything. Everything. And then emulation on top of that, and then I already got my Steam library. Such a good handheld. So
Valve.
I have all of those, and I still love to see the console wars, man.
Yeah, because it's sporting, man.
It's sporting. It's what we grew up with.
So good.
And I get it, man. And it's mostly kids that are talking about this, man. And it just makes me feel nostalgic. I'm like, it makes me happy to see that these kids still got that banter.
They still got that fire.
They still got that fire, bro.
They still got that fire. Look at you paying for your games, you ponies. Look at you ponies paying for your games. Daddy feels taking care of me for $10 a month.
And
I love the sporting, man.
And here's the deal, even if console wars didn't exist and people all around were just like, yeah, we should all have all games on all platforms. People are screaming that already. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. Competition exists for a reason. It is there for a reason. It
does,
right?
It does benefit us at the end of the day as a consumer.
And it benefits the other companies, right? They have to push each other. You can't make progress without resistance. And if there's no resistance, you're not gonna get pushed very far.
Exactly.
Right? Yes, it would be great if we had all the games, but it's just not how it is. Just have fun with it, right? And if you can save up and get the Xbox, if you have the PlayStation, or the PlayStation if you have the Xbox, I highly recommend you do so.
Yeah, because if you are a little crazy and you're like fully locked into the ecosystem, and you have the chance to experience the other one, I would. You're doing yourself a disservice not trying other things, guys. Even if a Switch, guy, just pick up a Switch. It's so, oh my gosh, right? Just because gaming, these exclusives across all these platforms, all there is something there for everything. The Xbox, I really like the exclusives they have. I play Halo at least once a week still to this day, despite 343's poor decisions. And guys, there's a lot of things like Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I fucking love Breath of the Wild, man. Such a great game to carry. All these games, PlayStation don't even got to shout out their exclusives. We all know them. All of these companies in-house, the first parties. Yeah. I do really like seeing that they still have that fire too. They're still no, our best is this is what we bring to the table.
And PlayStation, they act like the way they respond. They respond like that teenager that is so into console wars.
They are. They do.
They are
in it. They're what, Jim? Jim is locked in, bro. Before Jim left, and now it's Herman. Herman's adorable. He's really nice. And when he was talking on the State of Play, I was like, Herman, I can have a beer with you, dude. But Jim, Jesus, Jim looks like peak stress. Looks like he's looks like he hates Phil. looks like Jim is he was a demon, bro. So it depends on who's in the seat for sure. Yeah. But we know, guys, that they even like this narrative because it pushes everyone in the industry. Even for Christ's sakes, we can talk about it a little here briefly. But we didn't bring it up prior. But PlayStation, we have documentation of them saying that they are genuinely worried that Xbox might attempt to leapfrog them, right? And then they would probably do something about that because we know that Sony does not like to sit and stalemate, right? If they think Xbox is going to do something, they are going to react promptly, right? So we love this stuff, guys. It's how it should be. It's fun. Just have fun with it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I still can't believe this conversation is all stemming from port beggars. Easily the best diss I have heard this generation, and it's so funny. Yeah. It's just so funny.
It's crazy. So I'm playing Tekken and Power World.
Yeah, that's great.
So what are you playing?
So right now, briefly, I'm not gonna throw JJK in the mix just because it's super quick sample. What I'm playing now, 3 games really. Always, you guys will find out very, very quickly that I am a Destiny kid. So, ever since D1, they've had me by the gonads when I was 13, so I'm locked in. But Yeah, so I do play and enjoy Destiny. I mean, an absurd amount, guys. I mean, literally over 6,000 hours. Gilded Dredge in 11. Shout out your boy. Maybe 12. I think it's 12 now. I forget. Either way, no, it's not. I think it's 11. Anyways, so
Don't want to mess that up.
Right. I know. We get the haters in the comments.
He's lying.
Right. So, anyways, guys, I am a Destiny kid. Shout out Gambit. Shout out Drifter. Best voice actor in the fucking industry. And I've been playing Destiny a little bit. It's on a lull right now. We're kind of waiting for more content to stem into the game because the expansion did get delayed until June. So waiting for that, obviously. A little bit of a lull. But the game's sandbox, for me, still really fun. Sandbox team always does a lot of things. Most of the casuals that play Destiny, they want good narrative story. They want a fun experience. So if it's in a lull like that, they're not going to be playing the game. But for me, I've been with the game long enough that like when it's fun, right? So been playing a lot of Destiny. Other than Destiny on the side, I have been to 2 other games. First, Battlefield 2042. Been playing a lot of more Battlefield 2042 lately. Honestly, they had a new playlist. I love when they do this. They take things from the community, and they throw them in playlists, right? So this playlist right now, I think it's called Squid G's Chaos. Super fun, guys. 64 versus 64, infantry only. I know a lot of you Battlefield 4 vets are gonna freak about that because something that is really annoying that when I first got into 2042 is that most of the 64 versus 64 was vehicles and all this stuff, but like this is like, I feel like I'm in the trenches, boys. Sometimes it's like, holy crap! If they had a game mode,
to check that out.
You would love it. I know you.
I love
played Battlefield, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
I took a break from it, of course, and I tried some Call of Duty, which was Call of Duty's. It's always fun, right? You're playing with the boys, but yeah, Battlefield. I'm a Battlefield boy.
I am a Battlefield boy at heart. I do like to dabble, especially in the COD. I mean,
I'm much farther in the Battlefield Battle Pass
than COD.
Holy yeah!
Right? Because I don't know. Too. What's funny is they're doing something funny this time around with Battlefield. Battlefield 4 for me is probably peak gunplay for the franchise.
It's like the most polished version of 3. Like it's just so...
I agree. But 2042, definitely some things that they've been doing in the gameplay that does tick the dopamine. There's some things like the live customization, as you know, with any of the weaponry. There's just something that hits right when you're like, you're about to go into a building and you're like, okay, we're gonna clean house, night vision goggles on, silencer on, right? Like there's something clean about that. They obviously have it looks like Crysis OG throwback when you're that system when you brings up the HUD in game, super clean, guys, if you're not familiar with it. So I do love certain things like that. It does take the dopamine. Sniping in Battlefield 2042, super clean, super punishing. It's as it should be. A lot of people were really pissed off about it because it's a lot harder actually to snipe in Battlefield 2042 than prior releases.
And I snipe pretty damn good. The game, it feels great. I'm actually really excited for the next installment of Battlefield.
Me too. Me too. I am. And we'll have to talk about that in the future.
Whenever they give us a hint.
Literally.
Or something.
But other than that, guys, the only one other game I've been playing of notoriety here, and that is Remnant 2. So as most know, Remnant is on Game Pass. I own it on like 3 different platforms. I don't even have a PS5 right now, and I own Remnant on PlayStation. But so I love Remnant. It's great development, great dev team. Oh my goodness, I think I put 300 hours into the first game, and I always tell people this. For the Remnant 2 experience, if you wonder if you should get the game and you like the prior one, 30 hours in playing Remnant 2, and I remember vividly telling you this, Chris Mark, 30 hours into playing Remnant 2, my build was better than my build 300 hours into Remnant 1. That's how much stuff they've added in the game that feels good. And my Remnant 1 character feels great. Like it's a really, really deep character, right? And a lot of progression, all this stuff, lots of customization, but that's they turn it up to a 15. Remnant 2 is easily a sleeper. It's not really a sleeper because it sold well. A lot of people play it, but I think if you hear people talk about it and you're like wondering whether or not to just get in, man. It's on Game Pass, guys. So I bought the expansion recently. I've been waiting to delve into it. I forget what it's called, Undead King, I believe. Aesthetics. This is what I need. They're doing what Sony's not doing for me right now. They're giving me Bloodborne vibes, baby. That's what I need, guys. You go into there, it's like, oh man, so Orwellian. So the cathedrals, oh my goodness, like super, super, super like Transylvania-esque, like crazy, like, right? I'm like, oh my God, what's going on in this city? I got a scythe, right? Like, guys. And there's a new subclass. I haven't unlocked it yet. It's like a spellcaster, crazy cool third-person animation. So Remnant it always hits. Yep. And funnily enough, I have, on Remnant 2, I already... God, goodness gracious. I think I do have about like 200 hours into the game, which is crazy.
I haven't played Remnant 2, I don't think.
Yeah.
Remnant 1, we played it together.
We did.
I ran through that game.
Yeah, and Remnant 2.
A lot of our friends played it too.
It's so good, but I'm starting fresh, actually. My original... I did want to do the expansion fresh to see what a fresh approach would look like from the expansion. So I don't have any of my gear, like on my main save. Oh my gosh, guys. I have like Flash Step basically from Bleach and Remnants. Like my guy teleports, like I have crazy abilities. I can resurrect all this stuff, right? But starting fresh just at the DLC and just playing with the DLC content and having a character like that, it still feels so good. And it's just so impressive because this is a $10 DLC, guys. Like, this is what I love about the studio. They did this prior with their old releases as well, with Remnant 1. The DLCs were cheap, disgustingly cheap, but really well done. Like, I do not get how they can afford to do this. It's very nice of them to do this. I mean, maybe the Microsoft bag helped, but goodness gracious. Like, even before they had that Microsoft agreement, the Remnant 2 was on track now. I think we're getting 3 or 4 DLCs with the game, guys. Like, it's already confirmed if you bought the deluxe edition, right? So I don't even care because I'm buying them. I'll buy them $10 a piece because it's still cheap enough to. I don't need to save the extra 10. But Remnant 2, guys, it is, the more I talk about it, the more I want to play it. It's such a good game. Feels good. Great, just great setting, great everything. The developers really do care, and you can sense that in the game. So that's really what I've been playing, those 3 games.
It's a good franchise.
Yeah. And I can't wait to freaking get back into that DLC, man. It is just... It's so fun. It is just so fun, so good.
Yeah, it's a wild game.
And I'm actually running through it solo right now. As most of you know, you can matchmake Remnant, you can do all this stuff, but I'm running. I played the original game single player.
Same.
And
I ran most of it single player. We squad up sometimes.
Every now and then, right? So I like to squad up after I've completed the base campaign. I like to kind of experience Remnant as a single player and then go in. But yeah, guys, it's still hitting. Remnant's never not gonna hit. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. So next expansion, I'm super eager for the next expansion, and I'm only about, I think I'm only about 2-3 hours into this one. Didn't give it too much time. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I've been playing, guys. All right.
Okay. Yeah. And then games we are looking forward to.
Indeed. Please take us away.
Well, I only have a few games on my list, guys. I only have a few games on my list. And if you were to ask me years ago, oh man, I had no control when it came to buying games. I recently just got control. Let me just say that. Let me just be honest. I've recently gained control.
You would buy every game
of my wallet. Okay. The games I'm looking forward to, without a doubt, obviously, Sparking Zero. Okay. Hopefully, I want it to come out 2024. I have no problem for it coming out 2025 as long as everything is there. Everything. Split screen.
Please God.
It won't be, but everything else. It has to be there. It has to be polished, head to toe.
Unfortunately, I doubt we're gonna get split screen. That's the way that
I think it'll come eventually. I honestly think it will. Yeah, after PlayStation, Xbox eat a little bit.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, after they get their bag.
Whatever the case is. Yeah. But another game I'm looking forward to is you know, I would like to say that in March when we see the Monster Hunter event, right? The anniversary is coming, that we will get a release date for Monster Hunter Wilds. That's also coming 2025, I believe, right? And then, am I excited for GTA 6? Yeah. I would say I'm anticipating that. And then the number one game I'm excited for, besides Tenkaichi, because that is number one, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Nice. Good choice.
Coming out February 29th? At the end of the month.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have been waiting for that game.
Yeah.
I have been waiting to see your boy Cloud, get back in it. Yep. There are a lot of things I am not understanding. Okay, I watched Advent Children, right? And then I played the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played Crisis Core. And from what I'm understanding, there's like a multiverse, alternate universe.
This is what happens
like,
when you
bro.
get our boy from the Kingdom Hearts games. This is what happens when you get him to get on this story writing. And I don't think he's writing Rebirth. I don't think he's directing Rebirth because he's working on KH4 right now. But Jesus Christ, like the first game, the story was just like, he flipped it on its head, and it was good. It was good, but he completely flipped it on its head. Like, I really like what that guy did. So hopefully, I mean, if they get him back for part 3, I wouldn't be upset. I would not be upset. I really did like Remake.
Yeah, Remake was great.
Yeah. We'll see how Rebirth executes.
Remake was great, but you know, it was a bit linear, right?
Yeah.
This game looks way more open.
Yeah, they did take the open approach.
The world looks beautiful. Yeah, more open world approach. The combat still looks great.
Still looks really
and
good.
The story, I don't even know what's going
you're
on.
locked in.
But my girl Tifa, I saw she was down for a moment, and I was like, "Ain't no way they're doing something to my girl Tifa."
You hear Cloud yelling her name.
Bro, Tifa! It's crazy. So we have like these alternate timelines. I'm seeing Zach. I'm seeing your boy Zach, the OG Zach.
Yep.
Put some respect on it. Put some respect on it. You know, it'd be great to eventually see Vincent Valentine. I believe. I'm not sure if they showed him or not.
They did show Vincent.
Okay,
They did.
I remember. He looked immaculate.
Yeah.
Vincent is one of my favorite characters.
Oh, he's everyone. If you played, shout out to PS2
his
game, boys.
character
Shout out to
design
PS2
is
Vincent
so
game.
good. Like, he came straight out of Castlevania, bro.
On God.
Like, on God, bro.
S-tier character design.
Like,
S-tier.
Belmont ain't got shit. If they put fucking Vincent Valentine, you would have thought that motherfucker was Dracula. Like, God damn.
The only person whose drip I like more than Vincent's is Cloud's in Advent Children. Like, and even then, Vincent's drip is shit. He has like, God, it's like a 15 out of 15 drip. Like his drip is crazy.
It is drip.
For
It's
real.
crazy.
For real.
So yeah, that's the game I'm looking forward to. Nothing else. We might get another surprise drop, like, you know, another Power World dropping. You know, who knows? But yeah, I'm only playing 3 games. Only really looking forward to 3 or 4 games. What about you? What are you looking forward to?
A few here I've written down. I have something on my list here called TFD. I completely forget what the hell I was trying to abbreviate there, guys. So I'm gonna skip that. I'm sorry. TFD. No idea. Out of my head. Gone. And which means it probably wasn't that important. Leave a comment if you know what the heck. Oh, what game?
It's probably not the game you're thinking about, but I just thought about Dragon's Dogma 2. That's also
That
another
looks
game.
amazing.
Yes,
That does look good.
yes.
So TFD, I have no idea. I forget what that. I gone out of the brain. But obviously, so I am genuinely excited to try Suicide Squad. Kills the Justice League. I'm gonna pick it up next week. Coming, so I'll have first impressions, guys, definitely for our second show, so I'll let you know how that's looking next week. I'm excited for it because I play looter shooters, and you guys know how I feel already about the entire situation, so I mean, I'm just gonna give the game a try. Funnily enough,
Hey, that's what you gotta do.
That's what you gotta do. Right?
I won't.
Funnily enough, what people don't realize is that, I mean, I'm going to be even more critical of this game as a person who plays games like Destiny. So the thing is, hearing that people that are playing games like Destiny and love Destiny, like hardcores, that are actually enjoying this game, that's why I want to get my hands on it, because I need to see what it is.
That looter shooter
what it
aspect,
is, right?
How they executed it.
Apparently they've taken a lot of really good systems from Destiny, The Division, and just a lot of the guys out there trying these things, like, and that's what you got to do, man. Like,
and that's what's selling the game. And
apparently the game just feels good, and it
feels
fun.
good, and and you feel like you're being rewarded.
Yeah,
and the customization looks cool from what I've seen. They've even given you the superhero outfits. For
a live
guys.
service that isn't wasting my time. Whoa, might play it, right? So I am excited for that game. Another thing I have written down here, which is, it was like a hard put down. The funny thing, I am excited for it, but it's one of those things where the more we've been learning about it, and this will happen, like, it's just, I forget what the theory is about it, but the more you see something, the less interesting it is. And that's happening, like, to a rapid effect for me for Helldivers 2, unfortunately. It's just like, I really, like, the more I see this thing, I'm like, God, it's almost leaving my wish list the more I see it. It's unfortunate to say that. I will say this, I was excited for it. I'm bringing it up now because I was, right? And that's all I can say.
Yeah, I know. I've heard people say that. I believe I heard Mystic Ryan say that. Mystic,
The more he sees it,
I believe.
That's another great shout out too. I haven't watched.
Shout out to Mystic.
Shout out to Ryan. I haven't watched LTPS in a few weeks because I've been so behind.
He did his whole like PlayStation trophy challenge that he does.
Oh, I love when he does those. Oh my god,
that was great,
another phenomenal content creator, by the way, guys. Mystic Ryan. He should be your go-to for PlayStation. Literally, you want to know anything about PlayStation? Go to Mystic Ryan. Another thing I have on here though is the last thing. Obviously, is just Sparking Zero. Guys. Chris Mark knows. Like,
we could talk about it.
Chris Mark knows. I've been trying. The cope is so absurd.
You see this?
Like, you see this?
If you guys see this, this is every single
Dragon Ball fan
waiting for this game. You don't understand. You don't understand. And you know what? I posted a video before, right, on the Ross Bros channel, and it was massive details for Dragon Ball Zero. And that was when we were breaking down the trailer, and I kind of popped off. And you know what? I kind of feel like popping off again. Listen, put some respect on it, okay? Before this podcast ends, put some respect on it. Yeah. And you know who I'm talking to. You're watching this video and you know I'm talking to you. Okay? You know I'm talking to you.
You know it.
Put some respect on it, bro. Saying some ridiculousness.
Not like this is a Naruto game. Get out of here, bro.
If you grew up with this game, and you know what has built this game, what is great about this game, the core of this game, if you're trying to change that, if you're trying to talk shit about that, if you are doing anything else but giving positive feedback and trying to make this game as best as possible and helping out Bandai, bro, get out, bro. We don't want you. You are not us. You ain't gang. You ain't even a part of the equation, bro. You're not even a part of the equation. Now, if you're giving out honest criticism, that's different. Right? Being like, oh, well, it should be a little more polished, or like, some people are saying Goku's hair looks like bananas, like, I didn't think that way, and then I watched the trailer again. I'm like, okay, I can see where people are getting that. The texture of it. It could, but again, it's obvious that the game will get polished. Yeah, everything will get polished. No. The Goku that you saw at the very first reveal trailer at Battle Hour, that trailer, when you saw Super Saiyan Blue Goku, he does not look anything like the Goku that is in the Rivals trailer. Guys, already the polish is coming. So to all the boys out here looking like Goku waiting for the game, bro, like, yo, we out here, we waiting. For all the guys that are doing speculation videos and stuff, yo, keep doing your shit, keep doing your speculation videos, because I'll be honest, it's all we got. It's all we really got is the speculation videos. People talking about the game in different kind of ways. And guys, I'll say one more thing. I don't appreciate you guys, and you know who I'm talking to. The guys that want to put everything in big caps, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, acting like they know what's what. And then, your first 5 minutes of your videos, you justifying the fact that you don't know anything. Listen. Guys, we don't have anything for this game. And maybe that's your reason to say, yeah, so I can make the title as clickbait as possible and people are going to come and click it. But, yo, we're going to watch your videos regardless. Just talk about the game.
Exactly.
Stop faking
this BS. Stop faking. Like, you're not geekdom. Who are you guys? Like, all you liars. Like, you don't know insiders. You don't know anyone in the industry. Okay, you're not geekdom. Settle down. I'm telling you. Like, I know who to go to for my leaks. I know who to go to for my news.
I know. And the only one, it's true, besides like geekdom guys that are like, super reputable. I watch Slow. I watch Slow plays. Another shout out to Slow. Why? Because Slow will talk about things, right? And the little details and stuff, but he's not posting the same fucking thing over and over with a different title and then justifying his stuff. I'm like, yo, oh my god. Yeah,
because it's all BS, right? It's all filler. Right? You guys, we can't have that in this space, guys. We cannot have that in this space.
It's like I'm not hating on, like, guys, we can talk about the game and like post your stuff. I'm not telling you not to post.
But we just
and
don't
talk
need the
about
fake
things.
thing. The
But
fake
you
things are
don't need
wild.
to go so overboard.
Yeah.
And you know who's going overboard,
You see it.
bro.
The fake story,
you know
you see
who's
it, bro.
going
You see it,
overboard.
bro. You see it. You see it. They like pretending like they actually have links in the industry.
I know, it's maddening, bro.
Acting like oh it's absurd. We can't even.
And I get it. You guys are like making videos for kids, and kids like your tabs, or sorry, your thumbnails, and you know you guys are making custom thumbnails. You're changing Super Saiyan Goku to Super Saiyan
or UI or
Super Saiyan 5 and like
Literally,
all this stuff. And
yeah.
like you're seeing Beast Gohan fight freaking Ultra Ego, and you guys, yes, everything looks very, very spicy. Like everything's very spicy. But the truth is the content isn't spicy, bro. And I have to bring it up because it's just annoying.
Mm-hmm.
As a regular Joe Blow
Enjoyer of content.
An enjoyer of content.
I hear you. It is.
I don't like it, bro.
hate
And
it.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that agree with me. I don't like
Get
it.
this fake shit off
Yeah,
my feet.
just
Get this
stop,
fake.
bro.
I have
Stop.
genuinely. What did I do? I think I just blocked a lot of people. Like if I ever see like anything like that, a short or anything, I sniff it out, and I'm like, oh, all of this is just fake information. Cool. Like instantly blocked, instantly never show on my feed again, because you could turn it around. You could become a great content creator after that. But guys, you bit me once. I'm not doing it. Like I know what you're about. You just want clicks. You just want things. Like
And
I'm sure
also-
a lot of people do, but do it right.
Yeah, and even guys that make content about the game, you know, and you know, talking about the negatives and stuff and what they don't like, and I may not agree with what they say, but I still appreciate the fact that they're actually just talking about something. Actually talking about something, not going on making a video being like, okay guys, so just so you know, please you know, don't crucify me, everything comes with a grain of salt. Yo, I heard from my boy that, yeah, like, who's your boy? Like, oh, yo, I get so heated, bro. And I don't want to end the podcast with me freaking out. But, like, it just has to be said, bro. Like, it just has to be said.
It has to be said. There are some bad actors in the space. There are some bad actors in the space,
bro.
And you need to call them out for it,
Right?
because
So,
it's like you
if
make
you're
everyone else worse.
Man. If you're making content and you're talking about the game and, like, you know, the things you don't like, that's cool, man. If you're talking about the things you do like, that's cool, man. If you're just like reposting and acting like you know when you don't know, and
it's
just
fake shit, it's like,
yo,
wild.
and like every time you're just on Twitter showing your boy, and I was like, bro, where? Like, if this shit was legit, Geekdom would have said something. Like, bro, it's all nonsense.
The sources all trust me, bro. It's all trust me, bro.
And listen, guys, that's what I'm saying. Listen, we want to watch your videos. This is all we have is speculation, talking about the game, good or bad, breaking things down, but don't come out with fake news. And you know who you are.
Yeah.
You're fake newsing it, bro.
Thank you. Preach
You're
it.
fake newsing it. No one wants fake news.
Preach it.
That's it.
That's a good. That's a heated way
Yeah.
to end this first episode. God damn.
But it's all love, man.
It is all
we all waiting for this game. It's gonna be an amazing game. And listen, if you getting butthurt over what I said, then don't watch our fucking video. 'Cause I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. That's my honest truth. You know why? Because I'm an adult. I don't give a fuck. I sling concrete. Okay? So I don't care. But you know, it is, man. You know, I love seeing the videos. I love watching. I watch so many up and comers and, you know, guys I never seen before, and I love seeing the new generation of content creators. You know, and it is what it is. You know, guys gotta eat. You're making your content. I'm just saying, you just kind of realize that, you know, Dragon Ball fans, we understand that this is all we got, man. This is all we got.
Well, that's the issue. I
these
feel like
guys
it's
making
abusing.
videos.
The issue for me is that I feel like it's abusing. It's abusing the fans, because the fans literally, they have nothing to go off of it, and you're just giving them fake news. Right?
And then you guys are like, oh yeah, I know when the new trailer's coming out. Oh, I know the roster exactly.
And it's
Oh,
like,
I know that.
cool.
No, you don't, bro.
It's like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
Horrible.
Okay.
It's
Like, you know, Geekdom does because he put out one video talking about it. He doesn't need to keep doing all of this. Like, somebody, like, bro.
sources and trust me, bro.
It's like, take a note, fam. Take a note. And there's like so many other things you could be talking about that's content, like
that we would that people would be clicking on.
bro.
But
And that
fake,
I do watch that other people that are
nonsense.
making, bro.
It's the
and
fake
these
stuff.
and these people have views.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you have to make fake news all the time. Like the people that, and the funny thing is that people aren't making fake news.
Yep.
You know, for example, the people that are doing one-to-one comparisons on Tenkaichi versus Sparky Zero,
Oh.
you're getting more views than the
Yep.
fake news.
Yep.
So what are you doing?
I don't know what it is. You're right. You're right, because it's not even like it's a benefit for them. It's almost like the only for me it's lack of creativity. It's the only thing that they can do. And they found a bag and they're like, whatever, this is working, I'll do it. But that's why I'm glad you spoke on it as you did, because those people should not be around, in my opinion.
I'm not hating on people that are into clickbait or like into like people constantly justifying themselves and posting stuff that isn't real and making it sound real. And you know, y'all can come at me all you want and say whatever you want. If you hate, I don't give a fuck. But listen, it is what it is.
It is what it is, bro.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And people see it my way.
Yeah.
And I
mean, the majority of the
think
fan base
I'm
sees
right.
it that way.
I think I'm
YouTube,
right.
you by the way, you channels out there, I'll let you know, you're lucky YouTube took away the dislike bar. I mean, I can still see it because I have Google Chrome and ad and extensions, so I can see how many dislikes you're getting. And I can see your ratios, by the way, guys. So I see it. But be happy that the casual can't see it, because your videos are come on, guys. The Dragon Ball fans sniffs it out.
You always want to make a video being like
fake.
Yeah.
You never want to
and then on top of that, you're talking about the haters.
Yeah.
You're talking about how people are hating on you, and then but you still do the same thing, and it's like you don't really care, bro. It's like what? So that's why I'm gonna drop it.
Well, they care about being relevant. They don't care about the actual content.
Yeah. And it's like they don't know what else to make for content. I don't.
Which is fair.
I don't.
Which is
fair.
It's the way of the road.
People gotta do. People run their own path and they do what they do. I'm just, as a consumer, I'm giving my take on it, how I feel about it when I'm scrolling through my YouTube. And it's true, I don't gotta watch your videos, and I don't gotta be like, but when you are starving,
And
for sparking content, and I'm saying like something, like in terms of news, like actually something happening.
And you get
it's
all
not
this fake
appreciated
news.
when it's fake news, and it is what it is, man.
It's the same people in the gaming industry that pretend like they have connections, and then you hear true insider reporters like on Twitter, people that have real connections telling a completely different narrative.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, wait, this guy's saying this, and he just leaked the portal. The portal just came out like a day later. Why is this guy on YouTube telling me some nonsense that's not even happening? Right? Like, there are bad actors in the space. We know this, guys. Yeah. And we just need to get our 2 cents in. That's just it.
That's just it. As consumers, that's our 2 cents. And I think that's it, guys. We had some good talks. We had the positive. We had the banter. We had our takes, good or bad. And that's all this really is, guys. 2 regular guys that are making a podcast. Guys that love anime. Guys that love video games. We've been on YouTube since YouTube was out. Since YouTube looked like MySpace.
For real.
Since the beginning, bro.
The OG videos that you can find on YouTube.
And we've seen a lot, man. We've seen how things have changed, the trends.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And, everyone, just keep doing what you're doing. And that's because, personally, I'm getting a little nerdy and I'm getting get a little heated when I talk about some of these things. But in the honest truth, just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. At the
Honestly,
end of the day,
don't
guys,
let what I'm saying affect you or, get you all, moody. And, if you want to come at me, say whatever you want. It's okay. I'm just, it's not a big deal. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting that bread. Keep making your videos. We want people to keep making videos. We support a large majority of you guys, right?
Yeah.
But we're also a part of these communities. So we do give our opinions.
So as fans, we're going to give our opinions.
We're going to give our opinions on how we feel about this shit.
Yeah.
Because there is nonsense. It can't be avoided. There is nonsense. But there's also a crazy amount of good. Crazy amount of good content across the board.
And hate gets clicks, and we don't even need to talk about hate because there's so much hate out there. There's so much good content out there, guys, that we respect, and at the end of the day, we're just shooting the shit. It's the way of the road. We don't care. We don't care to not sleep at night about it, guys. We're just making a great show for you. All right. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And jeez,
Goodness gracious.
that is that, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. I do want to give a great thank you if you made it to the end.
Yep. If you made it to the end, that is crazy.
Please.
We have been all over the place.
Yes.
So if you actually, if you're liking the dynamic, if you are, if you like what we're saying, we hope you come back for episode 2.
Indeed.
Yeah, man.
Every week, guys.
Yep.
Every week, we're gonna put in the YouTube channel description. We'll give a little update on when things are going to be dropping and such like that. Also, other than podcast, the podcast is going to be the only thing that is like on a regimen schedule. We're going to be doing it weekly. Otherwise, though, you guys will see our reacts for things. We have a reaction coming up soon for some stuff going on. We might do a we haven't decided yet, but we might do a reaction for the state of play for Final Fantasy Rebirth. We'll let you guys know. Lots of content coming out, guys. We have more breakdowns that once we get some more hardware, we're going to be doing some breakdowns like that would just be a lot more enjoyable to watch for you guys.
Yeah, we need like a camera for Dark Taco. We need a camera for me. And then we have the camera here that you guys are watching right now. But we just like, it's a process.
Yeah.
We really want to make this a quality podcast. And again, what is this podcast about? 2 guys. 2 regular Joe Blows talking about video games and anime. It's gonna get raw. It's gonna get crazy sometimes.
Yep.
It's not for kids. It's for young adults and just adults in general.
Yep.
That are just like us. You guys go to work. You want to see some content, and you want to maybe feel some like someone's resonating with you. On the ground level. And we are your friendly neighborhood podcast, right? That's what we are, man. That's it.
Yeah.
I work tomorrow. I sling more concrete, 12-hour shift.
There it is.
And you will see us again. You will see us again. This has been super fun. And tell us what you think about everything we talked about. If you want to tell us how much you like us, love you. If you want to tell us how much you hate us, love you. If it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We're putting ourselves out there. And it feels great.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Have a good night, everyone.
Appreciate you guys. We will see you next week.
Yeah.
Take it easy, guys. Nice.
Oh my God, warning, camera failed.